Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who may watch this into the future, my name is Todor, and I'm running the Dark Eye campaign. The Dark Eye is a German system of RPG from the 80s, and now we are into its 5th edition. Tonight I have 5 fine players with me, and they're already 5 sessions into that, and tonight will be our 6th session. But for those of you who are interested in the system to see how it's played, we will go over maybe some rules now and then. And tonight we are joined by a new player. His name is Tom, and he is just about to find the party and join them. Tom, take it away, please.
Yeah. So I'm standing in front of the Temple of Rondra, and I'm about to enter the building. It's a bit weird because I've never been inside a temple before, being an elf. First time in the city, away from my tribe. I open the gates and...
Well, in fact, you try opening the gates, but you see that they're kind of barred and locked, which is somewhat unusual, but you wouldn't really know. There is a knocking mechanism to the right side of the door.
Okay, I use knocking mechanism and knock like 3 times.
All right. Inside the foyer, or maybe like it's a full hall. The building itself is not really that big to have a lot of corridors and entry. You see probably a large wooden table, and around it you will find our other characters who can now tell us what they are doing at this moment.
What time is it again? Like it's in the morning or something?
It's probably morning, yes. I suppose elves start early, and this was one of the first things that Baron wanted to do today. So right after breakfast, he sent the elf to you.
Well, after a short and frugal breakfast, I would be doing a morning prayer at the temple, as is custom, and then doing like a small training session. So just practicing some sword moves and stuff like that. Doing some little exercise.
Thalion is sitting at the table with Belima and Gonzalo, and just saying, so what's our next step? What should we do? What are we going to do about that assassin? He's going to come for us.
Belima would be rubbing her leg. She's still in pain status, kind of gritting her teeth, maybe wrapping a bandana around her leg and tying it off from where she landed badly, jumping out the window. And she'd grimace and say, I don't know, but we can't stay here too long. He'll find us.
Gonzalo, enjoying the food a bit too much for this dire situation. He just mentions Oren will take care of this matter sooner or later, with or without our help.
Well, I'm not really very fond of the way Boron takes care of matters.
It's not you who has to decide.
And I look up and I see Tom's character there. And
Yeah.
Oh, you actually hear the knocking. Someone smartly put a bar on the doors so that the entrance to the actual temple is not that free. After all, there is an assassin after you, as long as you know.
Right. So when the door is open and he walks in, what's my name again? Thalion. Thalion will kind of jump off from the table and walk over to him. And I'll go right up to you. How are you dressed, Tom?
I'm wearing normal clothes, light armor, leather armor, and a rope above that.
Okay, so I walk up to you and I almost jaw agape, and I go up and I reach up to touch your ear, your left ear.
What the?
Oh,
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry. You're an elf.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm
What are you
Talion. It's nice to meet you. Your people are kind of an interest of mine.
My
Gonzalo in the background is shaking his head. Can't believe this.
If I think I'm there, I guess, for finished with the training, and I'm just also like kind of face palming at this point.
Sorry, I'm a mage from the Midden Realm, but yeah, I just have a bit of a fascination with the elven people. What kind of elf are you?
I'm a bit taken aback by this. Well, I'm a Glade elf.
It's an elven elf. Kind of elf.
Uh huh.
Yeah. What the hell is going on here?
How old are you?
Excuse me?
How old are you? Are you like really old?
No, I'm 32, obviously.
Oh, okay. And you're a male, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, Talion, I don't know what you're doing here, but I was sent here looking for a priest, and I don't think you are the person I'm looking for. So if you would
Oh God,
kindly-
no. No, come on in. The priest is around here somewhere, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Or you could just talk to maybe Gonzalo or Rondrian over there. They're priests of some sort too.
Well, I was looking for some Rodrian, I believe, I was told.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's over here.
Thank you.
Well, hello there. I'm Rondrian Sornbold, priest of the Rondra. How may I help you?
Hi, I was sent here by the Baron. He said I had to look for you, and you would have a job for me.
Oh, it's more like he hasn't heard the news from the actual job where that he sent Frondrian on. So he hasn't heard from that. Is getting impatient about any news regarding the matter, and he didn't actually tell you what the matter is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the Baron sent me here to find out what's going on. Why haven't you gotten back to him?
Don't take this the wrong way, but we just met. Do you have any do you have any proof that you came from the Baron?
Yes, he would have given you a letter.
Letter of introduction, right?
Yep. Standard
Yeah, I
procedure.
have this letter here saying, well, I'm working for him now.
I take it and I read it, and I.
Geez,
and,
I'm
okay.
really sorry for my friend here, Master Elf. He's always like this.
I'm just doing it by the books, okay, Mage. We have to be careful. Our mission is precarious, so.
Why do we have to be careful? Why am I being groped by a mage as soon as I enter here?
I don't know that. You can ask him. I don't know from what kind of mage school he comes from. I don't really know these things. I wouldn't like it myself.
Sorry, I just got really overexcited. The last elf we traveled with, I think did he die in the jungle?
No, we left him.
You have
left him
no
in the chair.
information afterwards. What happened to that other elf?
And
Left him in the
Gonzalo
chair.
actually says it like that. We left him.
Okay.
Her.
We had some problems with the mission, so to speak. We ran into some problems. We are I would like to talk in a more private place. I kind of look around because we're still in the dining area, right?
Yep.
That character. Okay.
More
Then,
private place? What, like the bathroom?
Yes, the bathroom. And I say sarcastically.
This is a sanctuary, right? I mean, how much more private are you going to get?
just come to the one of the quarters. There's not a lot, we can talk there. There's one of the study rooms. We can be private there.
Okay, I look a little bit suspicious, but okay, heck, I'll go along.
And once we're there, I'll tell him that, yeah, we are being hunted at the front by the Black League. I don't know how much you've been told by the Baron, but have you been told anything about this?
No, I only know that I have to look for you and bring back news of exactly what's going on. So I'm thinking I will need a bit more information.
Okay. Basically, we are investigating this cult in the Black League and a weapon of some sort, a alchemical weapon that this dragon cult is trying to, or already have created and trying to use in some way. And we ran into some troubles here. So, yeah, that's the that's so far that we know.
Some troubles. It sounds like
yeah.
something I can report back. Yeah, we ran into some troubles with some.
Out of character, I'm just trying to remember. Exactly, it's been a while.
Oh yeah, I was just about to ask you, what's the sagacity on your character there, Sean?
Sagacity, right? That's crap.
It's like the intelligence thing.
Yeah, I know. Oh shit! Give me a second now. I have my sheet here, my note sheet. I'll be right back.
Because, for example, if your character is not that clever, he might have misunderstood, whatever Talion found out in the library, that we're talking about not a cult but a political league of slaver cities.
Okay, I'm just checking out what I've written down. So I don't know. There was something there, but I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that.
Not a problem. So,
you have to forgive Rondrian. He's really not the greatest.
No, apparently.
No. Okay, I'm back. So that's just wanted to. Okay. So my sagacity is that's the is that the intuition?
No, it's
intelligence. Okay, I got 10. Yeah.
Oh, so you are basically just like slightly over the next farmer.
Sure. I'm not like completely.
So yeah, there's a chance that you misunderstood what the Black League is actually. So yeah, there is a chance that in your mind, if you want to play it like that, it's a cult of some sort. And
well, I'm then. It's more that me as the person. I have written down notes, but I just also trying to remember from last time.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, the Black League is some. I would still remember that because the Black League is a political organization. Well, not organization. It's a secret society, I guess, that tries to gain control. Is that right?
They're trying to create a new world order.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
They control the governments of Al-Anfa and Manbilla. They tried to create their own laws, tried to enslave the forest people.
Typical humans.
I look a bit suspicious, but then I'm like...
Well, out of character, elves are quite known for their arrogance, so...
Yes. That's almost every elf and everything is like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, us humans, I say a bit again sarcastically. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the situation. So you can report that. Since you have also been told by the Baron what the situation is, we could always use another fighting hand if you are willing and able.
Yeah, well, it looks like you need a little help. I can see someone's wounded over there already, and groping elf certainly doesn't help. If you
Hey,
go around doing stuff like
I'm
that.
sorry about that. I just got excited.
Yeah, I know. Just don't get excited again, please.
I will try to contain myself.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I may be of assistance here.
Hey, I'll walk over to Belima and say, Belima, do you think we can trust the self? I mean, should we let him go back to the governor and report on his own, or should somebody go back with him?
Didn't he just say he was gonna help us out, stay with us?
Well, yeah, lots of people say lots of things. So.
Well, if he's right here with us, we can keep our eye on him. You touched
Right.
his ear. Was it a real ear, or was it a wax makeup ear?
It felt
And
real.
I'll kind of give a suspicious look at the elf, and then just kind of wince back. And I don't know, man.
But he's here to
doesn't
get
look
our
like an
report and take it
assassin to
back
me.
to the. Take it back. Is it a mayor or governor? Which one was it?
It's a governor, yes, and
Governor. Yeah.
I have to think of a new name for him because I've lost it. If you have a cool name, you can name him yourself, and I'll write it down.
Oh God, no.
All right, so the governor for now.
How about Victor Brannon or something? I don't know. It sounds like a governor name.
Yeah, Victor is good. We'll call him Victor for now.
But anyway, he said he's supposed to take our report back to the governor, but maybe one of us
I
should
don't-
tag along.
I'm not working for any governor, so I don't have a report to take back to him. Who's working for the governor?
You are the best company.
I just look at Gonzalo for help.
And Gonzalo's just staring. He just can't believe what's going on here. Can't you just refrain from touching other people, confusing other
Jeez,
people?
haven't we covered this like 3 times already?
No, I'm still absolutely amazed. He says, and he waves over to the elf and says, "Have a seat. Just ignore them if need be.
Well, thank you.
Maybe you can actually be of help. I mean, it won't be that hard to be of help in comparison to these two."
I can imagine that. But could you enlighten me a bit as to what these problems you ran into were exactly? Because so far,
We were investigating this place where we believe there was the Black League on the pier, and then we got into a fight basically with them. So that's
Okay.
the nitty-gritty of it.
Let me assist here. You went to the warehouses. You found this weird black powder, and afterwards you went back to the tavern, and you received a note that you shouldn't be meddling in others' affairs, otherwise you will be sent over here via a ship and coffins. And then you decided to go on that, chase that, event, like tail this message where it came from, and you found a very normally looking house with like a family inside who were kind of welcoming to you, like until of course the moment you started breaking vases and stuff. And then some weird, of course, they had like two bodyguards and one very weird looking assassin. Not weird, just you didn't quite see his face. But he had like all the tools of the trade and, around him, and He was very brave, even though they were all like overwhelmed in numbers and stuff. He tried to kill Belima. Belima jumped out of the window, and you just got away. He shouted after you that once he's done here with the ruckus you just created, he'll come after you. You remember that. Well, the bodyguards themselves really didn't want to go after and fight for you. They were more like really looking after the child. This family had a child, and they were trying to save him and, basically ensure its safety, his safety. It was a young boy. This is that storyline in short.
Basically, give you the nutshell version of that. Thanks, Todor. So, yeah. So this is the situation we're in right now. So.
Okay,
So
and
wait.
where
The governor's going to pay us?
Where are we going
What's
from
this?
here?
Well, right now we are trying to find some clues where they are. We decided not to go. We cannot stay at the temple for too long, because that's a place they would look for. So we are.
You did choose this place because it's easily defensible, but just for like a temporary measure.
Yeah, it is. We need to figure out a way who our enemy is exactly and how many they are in number, and then figure out a strategy how to deal with them. Because right now, we don't know exactly where they are. Well, other than that place where we were, and yeah.
I think we should try to, if that assassin guy, whatever the hell his name is going to come after us, maybe we should bring the fight to him first. Somebody keep
Yes.
an eye on the place and see where he goes. We can catch him sometime when he doesn't have all of his boys around and take him out.
Well, it's definitely useful to get some intel on them, and before we do any attack, figure out what how many they have, how many soldiers they have at their disposal, and who they have in their pocket.
I mean, they would recognize any of us, but they don't know our elven friend here.
No, I was thinking that too. Maybe I can be of assistance in that way. Try and figure something out.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
And we find this guy, when he's vulnerable, and we send him to meet Boron, right, Gonzalo?
Boron nods, chewing on some dried fruit. Exactly.
So is that the plan? You're gonna send the elf to stake out the hideout of the assassin?
I think it's a good idea. Make sure to give him a full description of what we've seen, so you can know who he's looking for, kind of thing. But
yeah, I will start giving him a description of the location and the assassin and everything. So.
I'll tell him that I'm a member of the assassin in the family.
For how long do you want him to stay out there and just see what the hell is going on and report back?
Well,
sorry.
Not when it's like unsafe for him. Like I'd say that just figure out how many they have and what building they're in, and
these guys probably operate at night, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he should stake it out overnight. When he finds out the next day or something.
That sounds about right.
Okay, is there any place in the vicinity of the assassin's house where I could that I could use to stake out? That wouldn't.
It was a normal, like middle class area with houses that were not exactly like semi-detached or anything, but they were quite close to each other with little alleys in between. And there were two rows of two and about maybe 5 or 6 on both rows. So you're looking at that kind of quarters. There are a few little parks here and there, just the area of a house or two in between. There is a market nearby, but you should either probably just try to sneak into the alleys and try to remain unseen, or you can just hang about in the parks. There is visibility towards the front end of the house in one of the little parks, or you can just, patrol and try to look inconspicuous.
Well, I think hanging out in a park is the elfish way to go about it.
All right, and that's gonna happen overnight. Like, tell me how do you imagine this stakeout?
Well, I think maybe I should just report back to the governor first. Anyways,
All right.
Uh,
You can do that during the day, definitely. In that case, I'm just gonna question the others. Are you brave enough to wander throughout the day, or are you gonna stay put?
I think we don't. It's not necessarily bravery that. Like I have like bravery 15, so technically I'm not lacking in bravery. But I'm thinking it would be tactically more advantage if of a greater advantage if we don't put ourselves out there and draw attention to us, so to speak.
And I would be attempting to treat wounds as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm actually. Well, I've got 33 now. I don't know if I healed up out of my 35. No, damn it. No, I got 27 out of my 31. So I have also some wounds to tend to.
All right. Actually, if you give it a full 24-hour period from now on, like I realized my mistake last time, you can do 2 resting periods of 6 hours each, and you can all recover 2 die 6 of both your life points and your arcane points, karma points that you may have lost. And that 24-hour period would basically be consumed by the elf, going back to Lord Victor and reporting. So, and then making a stakeout during the night to see what's going around the house at night. Okay, you go back to Victor, to Lord Victor. You are allowed back into the palace, of course, and you go over to his audience hall. It's a small thing, of course. This Hot Hallam is like not a huge city. It's of course one of the provinces in the south, but it's trying to. It was built trying to resemble the halls of the people in the Midden realm and the big cities. So even though it's a very small palace. Although very well defendable, it still has, like, in smaller versions of all the necessary places, like an audience. There's a separate audience hall, and there's a separate guest place, and there's a separate place for the the court of the lady of the governor and shit like that. So, and he's still, he's working actually, so he has to stay in the audience hall for during the day. You have to wait a little because he's dealing with the matters at hand. He has to decide on he has to pass some judgments, and he has to also decide on some taxes or whatever. So it comes your time to speak to him. You're actually not in a private audience or anything, but his advisors are there as well. So do you want to speak to him now, or do you want to speak with him in private? Tom.
I will try to make it clear that it may be best to talk to him in private. Ask him if it's possible to send away his advisors for a few minutes, because
he nods without saying a word and just raises his hand, and particular manner. Everyone around him understands, and they all just pack up their books. They have these huge ledgers that they had opened and are writing stuff in it. So they close them all and get away. And you hear closing of doors. You look around and you don't see actually anyone trying to hide behind thick curtains or anything. So he says, "Yes, Master Darkleaf. What has happened to my... Well, they're not friends of mine, but they are working for me. So what is going on with Rondrin?"
Well, I explain in the best possible way how incompetent they have been. Telling him of the problems and saying what they are planning next, that they have asked my help to get them out of this problematic situation. And I say, well,
Sorry, go on.
if that's okay with you, I would gladly assist them, because I know this matter is very important to you, and you have been most kind accepting me in your house. So I would gladly do this to repay you.
Although he's being very serious, he kind of chuckles and just turns out to you and says, "What? For a few days, he has found compatriots to help him, and even though there's like 4 of them already, they are just waiting in the Temple of Rondra, like, and he just says like chicken or cowards. I knew that might happen if I didn't pay anything in advance. You cannot really expect humans. I don't know if you understand that, Al, but humans usually don't give out their best work for free. By the way, just to open the quote, elves don't care about the material value of money, so to them they mean nothing. So he says, "I know I can trust you. I know that you will be willing to help them. You seem like a very nice person. I'll give you this. I'll give you this little chest afterwards to send over to them, and let them know that even though they've had some trouble, their help is valued, and if they could, of course, step it up a little bit, because even though it's a very vague what you give me here now as news, it sounds really troubling. I will try very subtly to send my men and investigate this warehouse, and also ask Rondrin and his friends if he needs some other help. For example, I can send a few guards to watch over the temple or something, if they feel like it's not gonna raise any suspicions or anything.
I don't know, it may be too... it might not be the right motivation for the group if we send backup already.
Okay. Just discuss it with them, and if you need to, just let me know.
Yeah, I will. Well, right now I will go check out the place where the assassin is supposed to be staying and head back to them after that. So you probably won't hear back from me before tomorrow evening.
All right, good. If you decide to report to me regularly, that would be great. And may Fex be with you.
Thank you. And then I'm on my way.
By the way, just to clear that up, no one told Tom's character about the little brother issues, right? So this is not a thing that he would have reported.
The little brother.
He was alive
Oh, yeah.
when we left.
Gonzalo knows about the little brother. Sorry,
Okay.
the youngest son. Sorry, not the little brother.
Oh!
The youngest son, yeah, of the Baron.
Yeah, you probably... Yeah, but when Rondrin was explaining, you probably would have added that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, it's been a while, and I have
Oh
it
yeah,
written down, but yeah,
no problem. Just wanted to double check that.
Gonzalio, yeah, exactly, yeah.
So in that case, Lord Victor will also add that. Um, Also ask them, shall they go investigate what my little son is doing out in the jungle, or shall I go and send my own agents? Tell them what they think about it, and when you get back to me, I need to. All right.
Okay, I will.
Cool. So you go over and spend the night. You're an elf, and you really don't care about sleeping, right? So you can definitely stay the whole 24-hour period and stake out the house. Um, you said you're gonna stay in the little park that has like direct view towards the front of the house.
Yeah, I will start there.
You'll start there. All right. So the sun goes down. People are already going back to their homes, and nothing out of the ordinary happens. If actually you could have been there before sundown, so you would have noticed that two guards and a woman are coming back. Seems to be from the market area. Both guards are hurt. One of them is actually limping a lot, but he's using like those clutches and. He's always looking around, kind of, trying to look at the face of everyone around. He does look a little bit worried, but they're coming back from the market area. They enter the house, and there's obviously dinner going on inside. And you don't hear a lot of jolly, um, jolly voices or sounds from within. And over the night, it's already been like maybe 2 hours. It's close to midnight, and no one is actually going out of the front door at this point.
Hmm.
No sign of suspicious people that you were told that live in that house.
Yeah. There's no movement visible on the floors or anything. Nothing I can see through other windows or.
Not on this side, no. I
Okay.
think they would have mentioned to you the back alleys and this trap door that was behind the house that had a
Yeah.
lock on it.
Yeah, they would have mentioned that. So I think I'll go and check that out now. Try to move as stealthily through the dark as I can.
All right, give me a stealth check, please.
Um, that's quality level 2 success.
Nice. You find a nice little corner and look over the trapdoor. Maybe after about 30-40 minutes, it opens, and from inside you see coming out three people. One of them does look like the assassin that you were told about, and the other two look kind of very exotic. They do seem to have the exotic, some exotic garments that are not really native to this deep south area. They obviously foreigners from a faraway land. How good is your, let me see, knowledge skills? I mean, there's nothing really applicable.
No, myths and legends won't help, I think, or.
Yeah, give me a straight sagacity roll. Just one die, and you need to roll under your sagacity.
Okay. That's success too. 9.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
You do realize these people are from the Far East. Where exactly, though? There's no way for you to determine here in the dark.
I'm going to try and follow them from a little distance.
They actually, when they go out, they whisper a few words and make little gestures to one another. And the two people in the exotic garments leave, and this guy goes back into the trapdoor and locks it from the inside. If you follow these two people around,
Yeah,
give me
that's,
a streetwise check.
okay. That's a fail, I'm afraid.
All right. So you at first they seem to be walking in circles, so you don't really realize their intentions and where they need to go. But after a while, of course, they find their way towards the towards the harbor area. They knock on the one of the doors of the warehouses that are locked for the night, and their guards posted. And someone from inside opens to them, and they basically come on in, and the door is locked behind them.
Okay, are there any windows on the warehouse?
Oh yeah, there are windows, of course, but these windows are like imagine a house without any first story openings, and there's like a few trap doors on the roof for letting the air in and out.
Well, I'm the one elf that can't climb, so that's not going to help me. There's no way I can get to those windows with just nothing like ladders, of course, in the vicinity, nowhere.
Oh
Or
no,
lower.
they're not meant to know for to give easy access for people to climb on top of
No.
on the ceiling, the roof.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not going to try and get in there. That would give me away immediately, of course. So I think I'm going to wait outside for a little bit, see if they return. Note anything specific about the warehouse, its location.
The warehouse is the second on the right as you enter the actual harbor.
Mhm.
And there's nothing really specific about it. They all look the same to you.
Can
But
I
you make a note which one it is.
can I circle around?
Sure. Around there is like very few already broken crates and barrels, but not really like a back door or anything.
Okay. I'm just going to try and find a place in the dark and stake out the warehouse for an hour or two. See if
Yep.
it can.
After an hour or two, you really see no movement around the warehouses at all. It looks like people have, closed up shop for the evening. There are no sounds or anything in particular that piques your interest. It does seem it's like time to go as well.
Yeah.
It does seem that before the very morning and the first light of the sun, there's nothing else that's going to happen over here.
Okay, I think I'll go back to the assassin's place. See if there's anything else going on out there before I return to the temple.
There is also quiet as well.
Okay, I'll return to the temple then. Knock. And hope they will let me in the middle of the night without.
I'll be on guard, and I'll let him in. Oh, I see you're back.
Yeah, I told him what I saw about two Far Eastern persons with their exotic garments.
Again, I think I asked this last time, but would I know anything about the Maraskani people?
You would know that they have been asking around town about the Black League. This is what you've discovered
right,
while you
yeah.
were at the harbor. But why exactly and what's the deal?
Yeah.
What the deal they have with them, you didn't know.
Yeah, apparently these are from the eastern island of Maraskan, so they definitely look not from around here, that's for sure. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, indeed.
Probably.
I followed them around to a warehouse. I explained the location of the warehouse. That's kind of where I lost track. They went inside, and I had no way of getting in.
Do we
Oh,
know
and the
that
second warehouse on the right, just to remind you guys, this was the one with the black powder.
All right. And we should. Maybe this black powder comes from Maraskan. They could have maybe some things, some knowledge that we don't have. We should investigate that warehouse. I get the others.
Investigate, like how we should break in, or
I'm not a fan of, as a follower of Rondra, I'm not a fan of breaking the law, but we gotta look at the greater good.
You know, a little breaking and entering, a little arson.
I might be able to remember my way around inside of there. I've been in that warehouse before.
If they're able to use, if they're able to distribute and use this weapon, it could be disastrous. So.
But remember, our last incident inside somewhere where we weren't supposed to be ended up pretty badly.
Yeah, I'm still hurting from that.
Well,
we cannot be intimidated by such scoundrels. This is their tactics that they do.
Herr Victor sent me, gave me a chance to give you guys, tell you your efforts are really appreciated, but yeah, he thinks we will need to step up a bit.
Step up a bit. Interesting. We're not really making a cake here. We're doing an investigation. We're trying to find clues here. So it's typical royal. Get something done and get it done fast.
He was prepared to offer backup, but
right now this will just draw more attention on us than we need. We wanna have. I mean, they know that we are onto them, so we will continue the hunt. If we need if we need backup, then it's a good idea. But right now, I don't think we need it yet.
Yeah, that's basically what I told him. That it would.
No, and I see we are on one wavelength. So let's check out that warehouse then. And I gather my belongings and I head out.
I also mentioned that there were two guards and a woman entering the assassin's house through the front entrance, but that I didn't see any other activity.
Yeah. Well, I think we should check out the warehouse first, and then maybe we can check out this other place. Was there anything else the Baron said?
Wait, you saw the assassin talking with the exotics in the backyard?
Yeah, but unfortunately I couldn't hear what they were saying.
But the point being that the assassin's still down in the basement there?
Yeah, absolutely. He left them out, sent them on their way, and then got back in, locked the basement, locked the trapdoor from the inside. That's the last I saw of him.
Interesting. This conspiracy is more interconnected as we thought with these people here. Yeah, we definitely need to investigate that. So let's keep going. Let's not waste any time then.
You do know that you have about 2 hours before sunrise?
Well, let's get going before before the sun rises.
Okay, I'm up for this.
Okay. I basically start moving outside towards the door.
Anybody else going with us?
Of course, I won't leave you alone. Or him. He looks at Rondrian.
I'm like, what?
Shrugging.
Are you implying something?
No, go ahead. I'm
Kind of
watching
grin.
your back.
Hey, he wasn't the one touching my ear.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, am I invited?
Of course, we will need everyone, I believe. Who knows what could
I'll,
happen?
I'll
That's
elbow
why I-
Sally and ask him, did you know we were working for a Governor Victor?
Yeah, the Baron, right?
He's a baron, but it's also tied to his governor as well.
Yeah, these
I
royals
think I did.
collect titles like we collect dust in our clothing.
I was just doing this because you and Boron asked me, or you and Gonzalo.
Is that a problem? Is this a problem for you, Belima?
No, that adds a certain legitimacy to what we're doing.
Absolutely. We are on the side of the law here for sure.
And by the way, in the chest there are 250 thalers. So if you decide to take them, at least what Fex requires is that if you take the money, Belima, you're kind of working for him.
Okay. Well, we can use this money for whatever supplies we need. I won't take. We can. I'll lock it up in the treasury for now.
That's the Baron's money.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
gave me.
he's obviously getting impatient, and as a lot of royals do, they think they can fix everything with money. It's very typical. They could use a little bit more faith in the gods instead of just money.
Faith doesn't put food in the bowl.
So should we just divvy it up? There's 5 of us.
Typical. Nah, well.
50 thalers each.
That sounds about right. I just need this money to if we needed to travel more or anything for expenses.
I'm a bit
Whatever helps you
offended.
sleep at night.
Well, I take my 50 thalers and I will. Oh man, let me see here. I will donate 30 of them to the Church of Rondra. So I'm getting a lot of interesting vibes here from you people, but anyway, let's just head out. I'm more a man of action than of words, so.
Yeah.
I'll donate my 50 thalers to the Church of Talion.
Of
Or
course you
I've
would.
spent mine out of
25 into his Lauren pouch. Definitely.
I spread mine into several pouches and store them in various parts of my body. I'll pull out a little flask and drink it as we go out there.
There's $50 still left in the chest.
Who didn't take it?
Yeah.
You?
Me, indeed.
Oh,
I'm offended by the idea that I would need money.
Well, it is something you'll need if you want to get some food and supplies. And even elves must eat. Or am I wrong in that?
Gonzalo looks at him expectantly. And if he doesn't take his 50 thalers, Gonzalo will put those 50 thalers into the Boron bag.
That's a good place to put it.
Yeah.
As long as it's,
eyeing Gonzalo's boron bag. This is getting fatter and fatter and fatter.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, he's saving a lot of money every time he lets the others pay, so all that stuff wanders into the boron bag.
yep.
He lets
Anyway.
them, yes.
So I will just look a bit, and I'm like, well, yes, let's not argue about this money situation. Let's just get on. We have to continue the mission.
Yes, please.
So,
Let's go.
So you wanted to go towards the warehouse? Is that
Yeah.
correct?
yeah, I want to see if we can maybe catch them red-handed or something.
There's a lot of people in that warehouse. I think we should go with Thalian's original plan and just burn the shit down.
Yeah, that's not going to
the
happen.
warehouse or the assassin hole.
Breaking into somewhere, I can still somehow tolerate this, even though barely. But burning down a house, no, let's just stop there. Okay? It's not even. This is one of the most dishonorable things, even if we gotta fight them.
These are not honorable people we're dealing with. This is an assassin and his underlings smuggling.
Okay, Belima,
arms.
I get it. You do things differently, but as long as we're doing this here, we're gonna do it by the books, by the law.
And I'm
Okay, as
standing.
close.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, that's it. Yeah.
Say I'd be standing behind Rondri, and I'm looking at you, Belima, and I say, "Yeah, Belima, that would just be wrong." And I wink. We're gonna do this one by the books.
By the books.
Yeah, not your books, wizard. I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, because of course it wouldn't be a problem burning down a warehouse and setting the whole town on fire.
You don't burn the whole town down, just one warehouse.
We're not gonna burn down anything by Rondra's sake. Oh, Christ.
What do you do when you find a rat's nest or a pit of vipers? You put down the threat.
They are human beings, and they will be dealt as such, even if they are dishonorable. Okay? You see this big red line on my chest? That's what it symbolizes, okay? And I don't think Boron would approve of these things either.
And I'd start pointing at each person, counting them off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Against a whole warehouse. By the books. All right, I want to see this. And I pull my hood up and put my bandana on my face, just like my picture, showing off my belly, which is all bruised, green and brown, probably by now.
You remember how we dealt with those pirates, right?
I do. And I wink back at you.
Well, I had enough of all this talk and all this talk about this shadowy, backhanded tactics. I'm not going to have any of it. I'm going to go to the warehouse, and I start walking.
We're on our way.
Oh, yeah. I think we're all going to the warehouse.
Yeah. I just kind of ignore now all the talking. I'm like, Rondrian is getting sick of all this talk of burning down people and all this shit. So.
Okay, your friend Rondrian goes towards the warehouse, and you see, I suppose you see his resolve to just go out there and knock on the door or something. Am I getting this vibe correctly?
No, I'm not stupid.
Okay.
I'm
right.
at least considering I want to
That
first
was actually
see
my plan last time we went in here. We just walked in.
No,
character.
only you were allowed inside, and your friend may still be there.
That's why we need to check out first who's inside before we do anything and how many.
So who can climb balls here?
Belima's a good climber. Well, before she broke her leg, anyway.
Yeah. But
It's just a sprained ankle.
can't you do your wizardly sight?
I can indeed, yeah. But only I'll be able to see it.
Yeah, but you can see where there's guards, where there's not, so we can go in at the best place.
I can do that indeed. My arcane reserves are pretty spent, but I still think I can pull it off.
Yeah, we might need those arcane reserves elsewhere. Looking around at this, as I'm kind of gimping still with a slight limp, is there a good entry point to my thieving eye?
You also do realize that the warehouses are built the same way, and the actual only back entrance would be the trapdoors on the roof.
If it helps, I could make someone invisible.
Oh, you're a
It might
mage
be
as well?
Yeah. Well, I'm an elf. We all have magical.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sorry, my character would know that. Apologies.
That might be useful inside. Why don't you just make Rondrian invisible and let him just walk in? Do it by the books.
And I just look at him with like this if looks looks could kill, so to speak, you know. I'm like, yeah, sure, very funny.
Is the door actually open?
Oh no!
While we're
it's,
having
Shit.
close.
While we're having this conversation, I'm tying a grapple onto the end of my rope and like wrapping my bandana pieces around the grapple hooks to try and make it as quiet as possible.
I could help you with that as well. I could make sure there's no sound heard wherever we are.
Can you make sure there's no sound up there? And I'll point at a likely spot where I think my grapple could hook.
Let's see. Yeah, probably. I would have to. Yeah, out of character. I've got. I can create a spherical zone of with a radius of 3 meters multiplied by my quality level.
Yeah, and you have a range on that. You can either choose a point within range, or you can choose yourself.
Yeah.
So
So
what's the range? Is it 8 yards or is it more?
I would have to check back on that. Give me a second.
Sure.
It's nice to have another mage in the party for a change.
No, it's with the spellcaster at the center.
Oh, okay.
So, but how high is the warehouse?
What would be a 2-story building? So that's about 7 yards,
Probably
7, 8 yards.
at least, yeah.
That will require some success.
So if you can create the silence spell just around you, that means that
Can you create it around my hook?
No, it has to be around me.
Okay.
So then we have an issue.
Yeah, we can try, but there's no way of knowing exactly how strong it's going to be, I think.
Yeah, basically, Belima wants you to create it on top of on the roof so that they don't hear her grappling hook.
Well, I was willing to do it before I knew you were able to do that. So, I mean, if you're unable to, it wouldn't change me from wanting to throw the hook up there anyways.
Yeah, well, I'll try it just for to give us an edge if possible.
So what's the radius then?
It's going to depend. Let me try.
You need to roll. Okay,
Yeah.
you need to roll really
Depend on my
well.
quality level.
Okay, if you want to give it a try, give it a try.
Right. Oh, this is going to be good. 8, 4, and 7.
Nice.
So that's quality level 3, which is 9 yards.
We were saying it was 7 away, so that looks like it'll work.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Suddenly all the sounds are getting muffled within the area around the elf as he's chatting and incantating stuff.
Yeah, as
In
soon as I
Elvish.
stop hearing the sounds of the ocean crashing and whatnot, I start whirling my rope and throw it up there.
Awesome. Without it making possibly any sound whatsoever, even if you don't get it the first time right, you'll get it in a few tries. So you do have a grappling hook and a climbing rope. Your climbing was very nice, very high in quality, right?
It was. Let me find that. The other physical. Yeah, I got an 8 there.
All right, so no check necessary here. You'll be able to climb on top and, of course, not fall and sprain the other ankle. Once you're on top, you see those trapdoors slightly ajar, about maybe 2 yards apart, for good ventilation of this warehouse. And you want to peek inside, I suppose. Inside, there is hardly any source of light, and you are a human, right?
I am.
So give me a perception check at -3.
-3.
Yep, you only have the stars and a little moon crescent in the sky.
I've got a quality level 3 success.
Whoa. All right. Even though you have very little light,
With the
you
minus
also you also are able to determine with your hearing and with little light after you have your eyes accustomed to it. And you do realize inside, in this big warehouse, there is also a few beds made up for people who are staying here overnight. There are 3 guards who are somewhat by the main entrance, by the door. You see the 2 Far Eastern guys. They are in one of the corners. Next to them, there's also 3 other people. They don't look like locals. They are kind of trying not to fall asleep. They are somewhat on guard, but they are just a little bit dozing off, and maybe just one of them is snoring a little. They have these very weird, huge ass swords, which are almost as tall as themselves, and they are curved and they have no this protective part, which is right under the handle. One of them is in full armor. He's also has his helmet on. The others have taken out of their helmets. But like I said, they are kind of, one of them is sitting and one of them is already snoring. One of them is staggering a little bit, like, when you're trying to stay awake and just, shake your head from time to time. And apart from the people inside with this awesome check that you just gave me, what else do you want to see or hear?
I'd probably, after peeking in and seeing that, I'd crawl back over to the edge and hold up various fingers, trying to show how many people I'd noticed while I'm tying off the rope onto something more secure that everybody else can climb up on. And holding a finger up to my mouth, telling them to be quiet.
In the quiet zone.
In the quiet zone.
Yeah.
I'll be doing like movements where I think that we could take them. So I'm gonna be going as long as the door is like locked, right?
The front door is locked. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a bar in the inside.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I have an idea. But I try to communicate that to you, Belima, where, as in that you could open it, and I would then attack them from downstairs, and then they would think that maybe I'm just alone or something, and then you guys could attack from the other side and flank them, as an idea.
So you're basically conveying to me that you're going to break down the door down there while I jump in through the roof?
Well, I could break it down, but it will take some while. Like if you could like somehow with your thieving, with your skills, open the door, like lift the lock part.
No. So you're basically like flagging me down from the roof.
Okay.
So I'll come down from the roof, climb after securing that rope. I'll sneak down the rope and walk with you out of this silent zone, and you can explain what you want, and I'll say sure.
Okay.
Although I think we have a better element of surprise that they wouldn't expect us to all just jump in through the roof and start. Particularly if we had some range weapons, some wizardly support, or a bow shooting down on them, fishing a barrel.
I'm a bit. I'm not
minimal
too
support from this wizard.
I'm pretty good with my bow.
Yeah, I'm not. That's good, but I'm not like a big fan of dishonorably tactics. But I think surprise
That's why
here
you're
would.
jumping in and charging them. You're leading the assault.
I'm not
I
against
wouldn't want you
range
to do
weapons.
anything that you're uncomfortable with.
Yeah. Okay. Then. Well, okay. I'm just playing the character, like, very straight-faced, very following the law. So, and me struggling with this. So, and
I mean,
It's not any more illegal to kill somebody with a bow than it is to kill them with a sword.
I don't want to kill them necessarily, but I just want to. They're obviously.
Well, what
thinking
necessarily
against
do you
us.
think we're doing here?
I would appreciate not getting killed myself. I don't care about the others, but me, yeah, I would. No.
Yeah, I agree with him. I don't want him to die either.
I mean, really, Rondrian,
For all of you, don't fear.
really, Rondrian, what's the end game here? What do you think?
I mean, if you want to do this complicated
if
two-prong thing and try and find your way up there, it's a warehouse.
If we need to fight, we'll fight, and we need to kill, we'll kill. But what I'm more concerned with is bringing them to justice. So if we can arrest them peacefully, then we'll do that. I'm ready to fight, and I'm ready to kill if necessary. Okay. So.
Well, there's enough of them that I think we're gonna have to kill a few just to get a couple to surrender.
I will shout at them that they're arrested and they should surrender, or they can face the consequences.
Yeah, see, just crash through the roof window and scream that they're under arrest. Of course, they're gonna listen to you, right? I'll be right up here watching.
I want to mention a few things that would help you, of course, with your own tactics, and would help our possible viewers in the future to get a feeling of this game. First of all, NPCs and PCs are free to do whatever. I mean, to fight to the death or anything. But usually NPCs don't really fight to the death. They are not, unless they have a very strong motivation, of course. Usually people, when they start getting really hurt, they usually either try to surrender or to escape. On the other hand, jumping, like I don't suppose you are considering really jumping from 8 yards down. That's gonna hurt a lot. Of course, you also have only one rope with a grappling hook so far. I mean, you can probably use others to, slide down like Mechos and firefighters or whatever. But that's also not going to be like, it will give you the element of surprise, but you also need to be quite dexterous to pull it off without just falling onto the floor.
Well, I will go through the front door once the door is open, and
Alright.
like that we should go that. I'm not gonna jump down, especially in my chainmail and everything. Like, it's gonna break my
Okay.
legs like that. So.
Oh, it's gonna be
And,
surprising.
and if you want, you can stay back and cower like a scared mouse, and then laugh at me that how honorable I am and everything. But or we can fight together and do some good here. It's all up to you.
You want to go in the front? Let's go through the front.
It's
I'll
not
climb
that
back up
many.
and
We
retrieve
can
my
take
rope.
them. You know, I thought you're also a skilled fighter, so here's a chance to prove it.
I'm not.
I'll bat my pretty eyelashes at you and kind of turn just the right way so the moonlight's hitting me and looking all sexy and going, no sugar. I'm not the frontline fighter you seem to think I am.
I just shake my head.
Yeah, I've seen her work at the dock. She's more of a backline fighter.
I'm mumbling some magical words here.
Okay. I will be. Is there? I look at our wizard and our elf friend here. Does any of you have a spell to magically unlock a door?
Nope.
No.
I do.
I could set the door on fire.
Just to remind you once again, this is not like a lock that you can pick from the outside. There's actually a bar on the inside. So if you have any chance to actually open the door, just like Rondrian thought, someone has to sneak inside quietly and just lift the bar, and from there.
Oh, so you want me to ninja my way down Tom Cruise
Yeah.
style through the window with the Mission Impossible music going through?
I
But I
will.
And then
I
open
will.
the door and he comes in and saves you. You know.
I will basically, and I say, I can bless you with a luck blessing. That might help you. So.
All right, give me some blessings. I've
Okay, then I
it's kind of
take.
backwards. You want me to break in to break out to break in?
If you don't
This is
mind,
like a breakception.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Question, Todor. Let me just double check something here. No, because I'd have to be able to see it, wouldn't I?
Okay,
Because I have a telekinesis spell,
Mhm.
but I'm
But
just
do you
trying
have
to
to
see
see
if it
the
says.
object?
I'm looking for it here. Range is 8 yards. Guys in time.
Couldn't he not see
It
it
doesn't
through?
say. It doesn't say that I have to be able to see it. I assume I just have to know it's there. So maybe if I used the Penetrizzle spell to look through and see where it is, and then I could use Motoricus to lift the bar.
Oh, we got some magic.
Great idea.
What do you think? Now that's going to tap me out just about on magic, but still.
It would be a useful use of magic without setting something on fire.
So what do you
And
think,
by
guys?
the way, Tom had also some idea, I think.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
yeah, I could make Belima invisible. All you have to do is strip down.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about the invisibility spell. I love
It
it.
only makes your body invisible. Your clothes will still be. Well, you're almost naked anyway, so.
Thalion raises an eyebrow. Or we
Belima
could go with his plan.
Belima will give a sultry smirk at and face directly towards Thalion while she strips down and says, "Okay, let's do this one," and gives him an eyeful of what he's seen before.
That's not the first time I've seen her naked.
She
I'm
likes
sorry,
being
quick
naked.
out of character question. I never got your character's name, Tom.
Valerian Dark.
Larian.
Whoa. What is it? What's the first part? Is it Valerian?
No, Alarian. A-L.
Valerian.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thanks. Cheers. Sorry, I just never wrote it down.
No problem. Well, I start mumbling the words and to make you invisible.
But does it work? In this game, everything is No, works with chicks.
I'm checking that right now.
That would be the Visibili Vanita. Zauber macht mich unsicher.
Good luck, my friend.
Yeah, I have one for my sagacity, 17 for intelligence, so I need to spend 2 there. And then the last one is constitution.
And while you're doing your checks there, if you're watching this, all the checks in this game are required to go under 3 different attributes, even the spells. Sometimes a spell will require for your dexterity, agility, or constitution, or those are the most common ones. So if you're thinking that you can make a sickling kind of a wizard, you are kind of mistaken. Sorry, Tom?
Out of character, if I roll a 1 for one of my checks, was it a...
You have to roll 2. You have to roll 2 ones for that to be an awesome success.
Okay. Well, Belima, you're naked.
But not invisible?
Not invisible.
Gonzalo
Shall
turns
I
around.
try again? I have my hands over you because it's touch and...
What?
Of course, of course.
Oh, yeah. Look who's getting all touchy now, huh? Geez, I got in trouble for touching his ear.
Yep.
What
So
do you have to
everyone
say
who may
about
be
that,
watching,
Gonzalo?
there is a red dot in my video right now. You don't see it, but it's there.
What do you have to say about that, Gonzalo?
Gonzalo himself is red. Turn around. What? What? I didn't see
Wayma
anything.
turns around and like looks the other direction. Huh?
So what happens in front of you guys is that Belima kind of strips bare naked because not even tools or weapons can be carried while you're invisible. And the elf is doing his incantations and weird hand gestures. And by the end of it, it takes a while. It takes a few minutes for Belima to actually turn fully invisible. So she can stay within sight or try to hide, usually behind the corner or something, because she slowly fades away. It's not like an instant or something. She doesn't go poof.
No. I think you misunderstood me.
Oh, you
She's
didn't. It
she's
didn't
still
work.
naked. It didn't work.
Oh.
And if I could make a mechanical point as well, it still costs you half of your magic points,
yeah.
even if it
It
fails.
Right.
And it's a costly spell, man, when it doesn't work. So you know what? This is about a time maybe to remind you that you do have fate points, and you can use them for re-rolls. One fate point, you can re-roll as many dice if you need it. You choose to from a standard check. So you can choose to re-roll 1 or 2 or all of them. It would still cost you 1 fate point only.
That's
Okay.
right. How many fate points do we have?
You have 3 per
Yeah.
session.
3. Right, thanks.
Also, other uses of fate points to remind you, you can upgrade your defenses during a combat. You can use 1 fate point to go first in a combat. And I think those are the important ones. If I think of others, I'll let you know.
Out of character, if I had video on, you would have seen me looking anxiously for my phone, and you could have told me that it was right behind my ear. I'm going to use a fate point, re-roll 2 dice. I'm going to keep my 1.
All right.
Okay, and this looks like a total success with quality rating. But
The quality rating in this spell, as far as I remember, is just the amount of time needed for Belima to turn fully invisible.
yep.
And from there on, it's a concentration spell that you have to just keep on concentrating on her being invisible and spend your arcane points until they are depleted, or you decide to stop the spell.
Indeed, she turns invisible after 14 rounds, And
Oh,
that's
that's pretty quick.
5 minutes, and then well, I have to spend 4 every 5 minutes.
Cool.
Does it help his concentration if I'm also concentrating in my mind's eye on naked Belima?
Of course.
Get out of my
It
head.
always does.
Lima shimmies back up the rope, goes through the window.
And what is her? You want to basically throw the rope inside from the roof, right? And
Yeah.
shimmy
Climb
down.
down.
Cool. How's your body? Body control? Is it really high?
It's pretty good. I got an 8 in there.
All right, so you'll be able to shimmy down with no issues.
And I slowly, tiptoeing as quietly as I can, make my way down to the front door to unbar the door.
You feel weird though. You are completely naked. You basically know that you're naked inside that warehouse, and there's people around, and you suddenly feel that you've never been invisible before, and that opens so many options. You're sure you just want to go and open the door? The off probably told you that you have at least 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Just
Oh,
wanted
man.
you to have all the options and all the knowledge. In the meantime, though, while you're thinking of probably some naughty things for you to do, sorry, not Gonzalo, but is Rondrian already at the front door?
I'm at the door, and I will do a liturgy before when it's what?
To atone for your sins? Sorry, yes.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. No, actually, I'll do it just before we go in. Is the pain resistance one that I have?
Cool. Well, where is everyone else at this point?
Can I have my Rondra cam out, my two-handed sword?
Sure.
I'm standing next to Talion, and I'm murmuring a blessing, the wisdom blessing. And after that, he says, "I think you will need that." And you, with that, you can re-roll 1 die when making a single check using a knowledge skill.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Lovely. Is the elf staying on the roof and trying to shoot through the?
Can I do that while I'm focusing on a naked Belima?
Oh, you're not. You still have your action, so you can do stuff while you're focusing on that spell, I believe.
Okay, then
Making
I
a question my knowledge.
I ready my bow.
Cool. And that's all accounted for. Right now, I know your positions. Belima, what do you do?
I'd probably try and grab a dagger off of one of these dudes' belts. The guy closest to the front door that's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that I'm not completely unarmed, and because the dagger also seems small enough that if it's floating around, might not necessarily be seen.
Cool. So give me one of your pickpocketing checks, and you actually have a bonus of +1. These guys are really drowsy, so if that gives you a total success, I'm fine with that.
Yes, it will be a success. Quality level 3.
Perfect. So you grab that dagger. It's kind of dark inside, so just one little dagger off its scabbard doesn't really give off your position.
And then I continue to the front door and open the door, open the bar. Do you need a strength roll or a feat of strength?
Oh no, it's pretty easy to lift this bar. The important thing here though is do you want to do it really slowly and quietly so they don't have much time to react, or do you want to just thrust it upwards and then run in some direction?
I would be doing it as stealthily as possible.
All right, then can you give me a? I guess a stealth check at this point. And I'm going to give you a -1 because I mean they are kind of keeping an eye on the door, even though half an eye each. There's 3 people around it.
Roll 20 tells me that one is a quality level 4 success.
All right. Well,
-1.
they don't realize really that the bar is kind of going out of those sockets and slowly in the air. So if you decide, you can very slowly put it on the ground without it making any noise whatsoever.
That's exactly what I do.
Okay. And what's next? The door is still closed, though.
Next, I'll whisper, Rodrian, can you hear me?
Who is on the other side of the? Okay, imagine the situation. Rodrian is on the other side of the door. You are amongst 3 half-asleep guards next to a large two wings door, if that's the correct term.
Then,
So
in that case,
basic.
I would sneak my naked little self back up stairs,
Mhm.
and one of those exotic-looking sleeping guys, I'd probably that's kind of by the rope where I climbed in. I'd cut
Mhm.
his purse on the way up.
Okay, these guys are not that much asleep. So if you want to do a
Not
pickpocketing,
that
of
much asleep. I wouldn't risk it. I was assuming that they would.
you won't risk it. You won't risk the mission. All right, cool. Able to climb back without any problems at all. Do you want to probably dress yourself before everything?
Yeah, I would get dressed again so that I'd just be floating clothes.
All right. In the meantime,
Back
in
to
front
that.
of the door, people are waiting impatiently. Like, what the hell is going on? She was supposed to open the door for us, but no one heard anything. And you are now on top
Maybe
of
she
her.
got captured.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't
And there
think
would
so.
be more commotion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd sneak right up behind them and be like, I think she got captured.
All right, so you're down. You're down with the rest
So-
of the group.
I kind of wince back a bit, like a ghost just appeared, and I think, okay, so is the door open then?
Yes,
They say
I
quiet.
unlocked it.
Okay, so I take out my sword. Okay, I'll be going in the front.
You lead
And
the way. I'll be way behind you.
Yes, I will do a small prayer and do my pain resistance, which is courage, first roll. Okay, and I fix that with 2. I have 6 in that, so okay, second roll is intuition. And god damn it. 16.
8 points.
That didn't sound like a
4.
player.
No, I can fix it still with the thing, but I'm out of points. And the last one is KO, and I got that. So I used up all my points, so yeah. But I am now resistance to pain for 3 turns up to the 4th level. So, as I say
Cool.
my prayer to Rondra, then I might as well kick in the door, and I say, in the name of Rondra, drop your weapons. You are arrested for crimes against the city. And I point the Rondra's sword at the closest enemy.
All right, what happens is as the doors fling open, the half asleep guards see you, kind of trying to open their eyes. You do see them reaching for their weapons. You don't have the feeling that they are going to just surrender.
Okay.
So they're totally surprised. So now we're not even going to roll initiative. We're going to just use logic. First to act is Rondra, who just kicked the door in. What do you want to... Rondrian, sorry. What do you want to do?
Well, if I'm Rondra, then I don't think I have to like do a lot of fighting here. But I will just attack the closest guy with my Rondracam. So let me see here. Because I have him written spy hunt. Okay, that's 12 and 8. Okay. So I swing my Rondracam and my two-handed sword, and okay, it's a success. I have to do 12 or under, and I rolled a 10.
Cool. This guy is too slow to even try to block you. He just grabbed his weapon, so he can't really dodge away or anything. You do hit him.
Okay, wait. He grabs his. He didn't have a weapon yet, or does he have his weapon?
He has it, but it's not out yet.
Okay. Oh, it's not out yet.
Yep.
Okay, then.
You did surprise the guys.
I will not attack a guy who doesn't have a weapon. So.
But he was reaching for it.
Okay.
It looked as
Then-
though he was not gonna give up easily, and he's gonna put up a fight.
Okay, then I guess that's fine. It's a little bit of a borderline thing, but. And I've done a total of 12 damage.
Shit, man. Okay. So you slash this guy. You slash this guy, and there's actual blood that just splashes to the back wall.
Okay.
Who wants to go next? They're totally surprised, so you can do whatever you want in whatever order you want in the first turn.
I'm kind of trying to nudge Gonzalo up ahead of me.
Only one of the guys got up, right?
Yep.
And the other two are awake too as well, right?
Yeah,
But
everyone is
not getting up yet.
This kind of drowsiness, reaching for their weapons. All of them are.
Okay. In that case, I target the one to the most to the left one guy, and I start mumbling something about sleep, and I cast sleep on him.
Cool.
Probably
His
won't work,
spirit
but-
is 1, so you got a -1 on that.
Damn it. Okay. Ha! That looks good, sir. That is actually quality level 3.
Oh,
3.
2 levels of
No.
stupor.
No, 2. I'm sorry, 2. 2.
Okay, 1 level of stupor. All right. You see one of the guys just about to, open his eyes fully, and you see them going back into like half closed. Like, what? Who wants to go?
There you are.
Well, I had my bow ready, so I think I'll take a shot.
All right. Are you still on the roof, or did you decide to go with the rest through the main gate?
I'm on the roof.
Cool. So you do have vision towards both the guys at the door and the guys who are in one of the corners, the Asian guys.
Who looks like the most of a threat? The one at the door, I guess.
Well, with your general knowledge about them and the check you did before, you are not quite certain. The guards have their standard long swords, and they have some crossbows laying nearby. These weird Oriental people have some huge ass swords next to them.
Okay, so I'm going to take a shot at one of them.
Out of character, is that the Tutsak Messer you're talking about?
Sorry?
Is that the Tutsak Messer? Tutsak knife? Sword? It's kind of
Not
like a
quite.
katana?
Yeah, it's like a katana, but like a big katana.
Or is that the Boron Sichel? Boron's thing? Whatever, doesn't matter. Just forget it.
Not really sure about the,
Yeah, but the
name
Tutsak
of it.
Messer is the sword the typical Maraskani sword that is like a katana. Yeah. Okay. Then whatever. But yes, let's just continue.
Okay, so I'm
You
taking
want
a
to
shot.
shoot at a samurai. Correct?
Indeed.
Go ahead.
I don't think I need to adjust anything for range.
Oh no, your range from up there would be to any corner of this would be. Oh, that would be actually close range for you because you have an awesome elven bow. So that is a +2,
Okay, so
right?
yeah, that's a hit anyways.
And
I'll
it's
roll for
+1 on damage, as far as I remember, right? Close
Uh,
range.
That's possible.
+1 on the check, +1 for damage, and +2 on the check, +1 for damage for close
Okay.
range.
That is 8 damage then.
All right, these guys, they do have some armor on them. Like I said, they were trying to sleep in this weird-looking Oriental armor. Your arrow pierces that armor though a little bit next to the shoulder, and that's enough for waking them up and kind of screaming. They scream in this weird language like "Kalalaka Chana." One of them is already up.
Okay.
All right, who hasn't taken a turn?
Just me. Gonzalo, did you step
And
into the
Belima.
building? Oh yeah, and
What
Belima.
did
Belima,
I?
you're next.
I did what?
Did you step into the building? Or did you
No.
cast your spell from outside? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably not doing anything except for maybe taking cover. So, go ahead, Belima.
Belima would arm herself with both of the daggers, one in each hand, and she'd move up and get behind Rondrian inside the door. She wouldn't necessarily make an attack. She'd just watch his back. Unless there's somebody within melee of her. But she's standing behind Rondrian.
So you're not going to attack. Correct?
Yeah, I'm going to hold off. If they start to like swamp over this guy with all of his armor and whatnot, then I'll step closer. But for right now, I'm just right behind him.
All right, gotcha. Roll me now your initiative, because it's been your surprise turn, and now everyone is fully awake, and the guy in the back was just shouting towards his friends to wake up.
Right.
Just to remind you, you have an initiative score, and you roll 1d6 to that, and you can type it in the chat, because now we have 5 players.
I don't have the chat, I'm afraid.
All right, so I'll get yours now.
I'm on 19.
Whenever. 19, all right.
Me too, actually.
I'm on 14. I have put it in the chat.
Thank you.
I'm on 20.
18.
All right, and 18 is the elf. Oh, okay. Belima, first of all, you hold up your action. You're kind of gonna go twice. These guys at the front, where all of you are actually now already taken out their weapons and they're moving towards Rondrian, shouting, "Who the hell you think you are? Get out of here this very moment or pay with your life." And
I
not
have the
attacking yet.
And I'm saying I have the goddess Rondra on my side, and I have the justice on my side. If you are innocent, then drop your weapons, and we will see if you are. But I don't believe that. I believe you have something to do with this new weapon.
Too many words, man, for just to reply.
Okay. I'll just say never, I guess.
All right, you just say never, and as you say never, one of them just spits in your face. So, Belima, what do you do in that case?
As soon as one of them comes within melee range where she could stab him, she would stab him.
Cool.
But as long as they're staying like out of armor.
No, they're obviously aggressive. They have already taken out their weapons and they've moved within Rondrian, ready to, unleash hell. One of them is still a little bit drowsy. One of them is hurt, but they still have the morale on their side somehow, for some reason.
I would attempt to slash at the hurt guy.
All right.
That will be a success.
Wait a second. All right. Just as you're about to slice him on the side with your little, you have daggers, right?
Yes.
All right. One a rule I try to implement from now on. Right. Daggers are short reach weapons, so they suffer a -2 when you're attacking someone with a sword.
Okay.
But still, this guy with the sword already in his hands just, slashes and blocks your dagger. It's like, haha, you little thief, you pay for this. And he blocks your weapon. And now it's your turn from the actual second round. What do you do again?
Oh, again.
Yep.
Yeah, but
This
now
was
I
your
can do.
hold up action, right?
Yeah.
You said if they get aggressive, you get to stab them. So,
Yeah. Then I would stab again.
all right, cool.
Okay,
You
with
have a
the minus,
-2
right?
since you are attacking someone with a longer weapon, and this is one of the
-2.
things about this system.
I still have a success.
Nice.
According to this awesome thing that you gave me for Roll20.
Let me check his blocking. No, this time he's unable to block.
Where's the damage? Yeah. Damage is 4 points of damage. I just stab him right in the
All right.
meaty part of his arm or something.
You barely go underneath his armor. It's a thick, very thick leather hide, and you do realize that you could have done more damage, but the armor is somewhat blocked part of it.
Matter of
All right.
fact, I'm even going to say that I'm stabbing this guy with his own dagger.
Nice. Just add the insult. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like if he looks down, he'll notice his own belt sheath is missing the dagger. Yeah, I cut him with his own
Nice. Thalion.
I have an important tactical question for you. How many of these guys are there altogether that I can see inside there now?
There's 3 at the door,
Mm-hmm.
and you know about the 5 more at the back. 3 of which have huge ass swords, and the other 2 seemed like this normal envoy kind of guys.
Right. And there's Rondrian, Belima, the elf up on the roof, and then me and Gonzalo.
Just 5 of you, yes. From the 3 guards in the door, one is very well. It's severely hurt, not really severely, but quite a bit, and one of them is drowsy.
I think I'm going to run and look for some guards, like city guards. Would I know, were there any around in this area that we'd seen when we came down here?
Oh, definitely there should be some guards in the harbor. And if you use your whole turn to actually run about, you'll be able to reach the actual station within 2 or 3 turns if you're loud enough and start shouting.
That long, yeah. Well, because I'm just thinking I'm useless in a fight, so I just I don't think I just ran away.
Aren't you good with the staff usually? Usually wizards have some skill with the staff.
I have a staff, but I don't know if I'm good at it. I don't want to fight a guy with a big ass sword or anything.
That's true.
You know, I'm squishy, man. Yeah, I look at Gonzalo. I say, I'm gonna get help, and I run off.
That's interesting, because it seems like you're the perpetrators, but all right.
Well, this is an illegal operation, right? We've determined that.
You guys don't know, basically, up till this moment.
Well, I mean, supposedly Rondrian has broken in there on the authority of the Baron to arrest these people.
Sure.
So,
I mean,
so as far as I'm concerned, yeah, I'm running down and I'm screaming for the guards.
All right, cool. Gonzalo, you're up.
I'll look to that already sleepy guy. Is it possible to just cast sleep again on him and make him even more sleepy?
Oh yeah, that's the idea behind those kind of condition-inducing spells in this game.
Very good.
The more conditions you tap on him, they just accumulate, and at some point he falls asleep, and that's it.
Very, very good. Okay. And 14. Okay. That's again a quality level 2.
All right, so that's one more drowsy condition on him. That's called
Yeah.
stupor. And this guy, you already see him visibly shaking. He's not really, obviously not good for a fight. Arion, you're on top.
Yeah, I'm shooting at my exotic
Same
friend.
target.
Yeah.
All right.
Is he moving already, or what is he doing?
He's not yet moving, but these three guys just grabbed their swords. The fancy dressed people inside in the corner are also already up, and they are just shaking about and trying to figure out what the hell is going on in this picture.
So he's not motionless anymore, because that would give me another +2.
No, he's not motionless anymore.
Okay. 20. That's
20.
botch.
You cannot re-roll a botch. All right. How about this? I'll roll the dice. When I usually adjudicate botches and critical successes, I usually try to see what's the most logical thing. But so far, the most logical thing to me, while you are standing on top of the roof and you are shooting with your bow through a halfway opened trapdoor, a botch like this could be you can drop your bow inside. Oh, let's see what the dice say. All right. Oh, no, not that bad. What happens now is I'm gonna think of something cool. Give me a body control at -3.
Okay. Agility.
Agility, Constitution.
Yeah. Agility, that works. The first roll, the second roll is an 11. That's also, yeah. That's a success.
So we'll call it level.
I have 6 skill rating left, so that's 2.
Good. So what happens is, just as you overexert the tension of your bow, you seem to kind of drop it inside, and of course you don't want to drop your bow, so you very quickly reach for your bow, and you're able to grab it, but at the expense of that, you lose your footing, and you're managed to grab your bow with one hand, and then you start falling inside yourself. Thankfully, there's the rope still hanging is left for you there. So you are currently in this situation. With one hand, you're hanging from the rope, and you're like 1/3 of the way down because you slide it a bit as you try to grab your bow. And with the other hand, you're holding your bow. That is thankfully not dropped on the ground, but basically kind of unusable with you just hanging on the rope with one hand.
I do my best to look as if this was all intentional.
All right, cool. It looked a bit acrobatic, but it's dark and no one can actually see you. All right, it's them, finally. All right, the guys at the door and the guards are really pissed. You see that even though they're hurt and they are kind of, drowsy, maybe there is something very precious that they're guarding that really makes them keep fighting. They all are trying to unleash on Rondrian. So the hurt guy and the one who has been made drowsy by Gonzalo fail completely. I mean, you see them, one of them is holding his wounds and, is not really able to swing the sword correctly. The other one is just like a very drunk person trying to grab the sword with two hands for more reassurance. It kind of swings very widely. But the third one does try to connect at least, unless Rondrian can parry or dodge.
Okay, I will say that to them, yield. And I failed my parry.
All right, so this guy's sword is going to give you 7 points of damage.
Okay, then I
Minus
have
protection.
four of protection, so I get 3 from that.
If you shout, "Never! You shouldn't have come here!" And the guys at the back. Guys at the back, you actually not all of you see that, but the elf. One of them, no, actually 2 of them start running towards the entrance. The one who got hurt though, he starts looking towards the ceiling and wait a second. Kind of notices, yes, he does notice something dangling from the roof, and he points towards you with one hand and starts shouting something in what would I'm sorry, I cannot really do accents, but something in what seems to be like Chinese. The 2 envoys say, "Oh," and one of them reaches under the bed and grabs what looks to you like a cane of some sort of bamboo. The other one takes out the same thing, but he's now not really looking towards the elf who's dangling from the ceiling. He is also moving towards the huge crates and tries to take cover inside. This is what the guys are doing, and we're back to Belima. There's 3 guys. Yep.
Oh wait! I had my surprise turn, but did I have a turn this one?
Oh yes,
In the
yes.
proper
You are sorry. You are so low on my initiative for thing that I missed you. Yeah, it's your turn.
I've got a face that people easily forget. Rondrian has. Yeah. Okay, then I'll attack the wounded guy, telling him to yield, or there will be consequences. And it connects with just barely, but with an 11.
All right, but he also masterfully blocks your 2-handed sword with his 1-handed.
Nice. Okay, so yeah.
And this particular guy can no longer block. So back to Belima.
Belima, that same guy that he told to yield, Belima will just stab him.
Nice.
That's with a -2, right?
Yep.
All right, let me re-roll that. It was a success so far, but it is still a success.
Nice.
For
So that's damage.
6 points of damage. I dance out from behind Roderick to that guy that he's yelling at, and I just stab him right in the armpit, and dance back behind.
Nice. You see this guy really looks bewildered at this point, and he is really thinking about following the advice from the Rondrian. So Thalion takes another.
My intent is not to kill unless it's absolutely necessary. I will, capture them and when they yield. I'm not a. That's my code basically.
All right. Thalion spends another turn
Guards! Guards!
running and shouting. Yep.
Lol.
And it's Gonzalo.
I want to let that guy sleep. That would be very cool.
It's almost there.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes. Quality level 2 again.
All right, this guy's already out. I mean, even though he's not hurt or anything, he barely keeps his sword in his hand, and his resolve is already gone as well.
Can I ask a mechanical question about that?
Yep.
Are you having to recast that every round to do that, or is it like
No, just increasing his stupor until he
so
sleeps.
you only cast it once and just keep on rolling every round?
Mm-mm.
No,
No, I
she
have
casts
to
it every
increase his
time.
stupor.
She needs to cast it every time to increase the stupor. If she can only induce like one level with her quad
No,
level.
I'm just trying to think of the like the magic point economy of it and all that. So thanks.
So this is how it works. Depending on the quality level of the check, you induce a number of levels of stupor with the sleep spell, and with her skill level, she can only induce one level per casting. So she needs to cast it like 4 successful times until he's dropped.
And I can't do anything else like you. I'm not very powerful in melee, so
No.
that's the only useful spell I have in this case. So.
I totally understand. I have a similar spell that does pain levels instead of stupor levels, but I didn't have enough. I don't have enough arcane energy to do it, so I didn't bother.
By the way, guys, you are not really that bad with your melee weapons as you thought. For example, your staff is long, so basically everyone attacking you has a penalty of 2, and you also have a good parry with your staff.
I got a question.
Yeah, I've got a +2 for parry, but a -1 for attack. It says here, I think.
Just a quick
And I think
question.
it's always 10-10. Yep, yeah, sure.
Just quick, again, sorry, I'm just always remembering stuff from, I don't know if they have that in 5e, but I'm pretty sure, where you can modify your staff, that you can have auto spells, like for example,
Yeah,
changing
but
your
it's
spell to-
it takes a lot of extra things to buy.
Okay,
Things that are
okay,
expensive
okay.
with venture points. It usually comes at a later level.
Okay, I just wanted to ask if your staff is, because you can actually change it to a rope eventually, that's one of the first, and then even to a burning sword.
Yeah, flaming
Pretty
sword,
cool.
it's there, but it's
Yeah.
very expensive to master.
Okay, just checking.
All right, and Gonzalo, you have a raven beak, which is like a one-handed weapon. At some point, if you want to, you can find a shield or something, so you can also be effective in melee as well.
Mm-hmm.
Once
Okay.
the karma is over. All right, this guy is drowsy. That was Gonzalo. Elf on the roof.
How much did I know about this black powder?
As much as the guys told you, no one else really knows anything about this black powder so far. It's a brand new thing in the world.
So we don't really know it reacts kind of funny to fire.
If they told you, they know. Did you guys tell him?
I assume, like, I should have said that, like, that sorry, yeah, I have told you that it ignites with fire, so kind of an explosion, it combusts, basically, I would say that. So
Okay,
you do know that.
if you mentioned it, then I'm not going to use my Ignifactious or...
Ignifactious, no.
Yeah.
Do you have a Fulminactus? I usually have that always as an elf. That's a pretty good one, and it's, like, nano-mental.
No.
Okay. That one is cool. It's like invisible and it like damages a person, but it's pretty cool. I don't know. Anyway, I'll shut up because I'll never stop.
Okay, I think I'll slide down the rope with my one hand and...
Now, since we are in combat right now, give me a body control check, please, to slide down gracefully and not fall flat on your bottom.
Modifiers?
None. Unless, of course, you're hurt or anything, which you think you're not.
No, quality level 2 success.
All right, you slide down gracefully. Cool.
Can I fire my bow in the same round, or do I need to prep it again?
You can if you took quick load. Otherwise, you can't.
Yeah, I have it.
Cool. So you can, yes.
Okay,
It's
then
0 actions to you to reload.
I'm going to shoot again. And that's a success.
All right, this guy already has his huge ass katana to hand it in him, so he cannot really parry. He only can try to dodge at -4, right? So that is unsuccessful. Your arrow flies straight and gets into his armor as well.
Yeah, it goes right through, I think, because I've got 11 DP.
11 points of damage.
Yes.
Nice. But he also has an awesome armor, so
Phew.
it's not as much as you think. This guy is the one that you started shooting at before, right? And he stayed close. All right, it's their turn finally. 2 of them in the entrance drop their weapons, the drowsy guy and the very hurt guy, and try to escape you guys. Is it gonna be successful? First one, no. And the second one, no. All right, they are way too hurt and they cannot really get away from you in style. So Rondrian and Belima, who are in melee with them, can each try an opportunity attack, which is at -4.
I will
As
not
with
do
other
that.
options.
Not. I will let them escape. We'll find somebody else to capture.
All right.
Like
They're
I'm not gonna
trying to go inside, further inside the warehouse, though. They're not like escaping through the door.
Okay.
Do I still have a -2 with this one?
Oh
as
yeah,
well?
you do. Oh no, sorry, I just said they dropped their weapons, so you don't have that anymore.
Well, I'm not as honorable as the paladin over there,
Of course.
and I make my attack successful, and I do 6 points of damage, probably to that one that was hurt. That guy was the closest one to me before.
Oh my god, this guy is almost out. At this point, just as you stab him as he's moving away, he also drops on the floor and he's profusely bleeding from a huge gap wound in the side of him. He's maybe not gonna survive without any specific help. First
And I
aid or
stay right
something.
behind Rondrian after this, and just watch his back, make sure no one comes in the flanks, etc.
Cool. Well, the third guy, he's like seeing all this, that his friends are not allowed to leave freely. Well, he's trying to still attack, and this one will attack Belima, and is going to successfully try and hit her.
And I can try to parry that.
If you're carrying only daggers, you really cannot parry a long sword. You can only dodge.
Okay. And I can try a dodge though.
And I think it's better for you to dodge than parry, anyways.
Will I fail?
All right, nice. Sorry. That's going to be 8 points of damage from the longsword.
Ouch.
I think that was an illegal move. The cops are coming.
And from the back, shouting, la 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 la, 2 huge ass samurai with their 2 huge two-handed swords are charging in your direction, and both see the big armored guy in the middle, and their owner compels them to actually go and attack him, but they don't really want to both attack him. So one of them is going to attack Rodrian, and the other one is going to try and attack Belima.
What, wasn't one of them hiding behind a crate?
One of the envoys, the ones without
right.
any armor or things that got that bamboo sticks. This is the one hiding. So these huge ass sword guys are trying to stop whoever is, getting into the warehouse. All right, damage for Belima. That's a hit. Ooh, and the other one is also a hit. So Belima, you are now at -3 for your dodge. because this is the second time you dodged during the turn. And both of you, Rondrian and Belima, you can try to evade this attack.
I will try to parry.
Cool.
Okay, so sword is
fail.
coming down. I rolled a 5. That should be a success. I have an 8 in parry.
All right, Belima, this is going to hurt. This is a huge ass two-handed blade from the east for 13 damage.
I don't know, like
Ouch.
there's another sword that's just really long, which is like a dai katana, like a really long katana. The Boron's sickle, I think. I don't know. I think one or the other. It's got to be it. Unless they added some new weapons, which might be the case.
Okay. These two guys seem to be like, you know, serious. Not like the guards at the back and the front who you dispatched off easily. So this is Rondrian. One of them is fighting you with his big sword. It's like two knights clashing.
Okay, I will, instead of an attack, I will do my protection of the innocent, kind of the helpless liturgy. So they bring my, so they stop attacking Belima and attack me, if that works with Belima. Well, I guess she still has a weapon, but would that still work?
I don't see why not.
Okay. Well, I consider her to be. She's got less weapon. She's in a disadvantage, so that's why I want to.
Oh yeah, she has just a mere dagger against the guy with a huge.
Like if
ass
they would
sword.
be also just guys with daggers, then it wouldn't be such a difference. But like they have much more reach.
Yeah.
So okay.
And she's already hurt quite
And
badly.
also,
That'd be hurt.
like okay.
She's bleeding
So I'll
profusely.
try it. It's courage first. Okay, made it with a 15, just barely, but I made it.
Nice.
And then the second one is intuition. Okay. What is this? 1 second, I might. Okay, if I can fix that. I rolled a 17, but I fixed it with 5 points. I got 1 point left. Well, I rolled a 17, so yeah, and it works out. And then charisma. And I will use a fate point and re-roll it.
You can reroll both. You can reroll both your 17 and this one.
No, I will re-roll just the 1 dice. I'm not going to risk it. Okay, this time I succeeded with an 8. So
Cool.
okay,
So
now it costs 8 karma points, and so they will attack me now. I will say, attack somebody your own size, or are you, if you have any honor in you, I yell at them. And it's like the Byarondra.
their honor will compel them now to unleash hell on you.
And also my liturgy, but yeah, a bit of both, I guess. Okay.
All right, Belima.
Belima's
How hurt are you? By the way, how many levels of pain do you have already?
I have 3 levels of pain.
Ooh, jeez. One
Very
more and you're
close.
out.
Yeah, very close to that one more.
Well, then it was good that I did the liturgy, so.
Yeah. She'd probably collapse on the ground under the weight of that huge katana blow or nodachi, whatever it is. And scramble back. I don't know how does exiting the combat work?
You give me a body control check. Your pain level of 3 gives you a penalty of 3.
-3.
And we are doing this just to show you the rules, because, for example, if you fail, they get an attack of opportunity, but since this guy with you is compelled to not attack you anymore and unleash his hell on Rondrian, he won't. But standard disengage is like a body control check. And you're muted.
Sorry, what was it again?
Belima.
Alan's supposed to be rolling a body control check.
Yep.
Did all that miss?
Oh, so you failed? You check?
No, it says successful quality level 3.
Oh, it's a success. All right, cool. You do manage to crawl away out of his reach. So what do you do?
That's more or less it. I start crawling away as soon as I can, get back to my.
Oh, that's not your action, by the way. It's not like an action.
Oh, I understand. But I'm almost dead and in lots of pain. I'm exiting. I'm going after Tally and screaming about guards.
So you don't have any potions or poisons or something?
I do have a potion, actually. I will drink. Can I pull it out and drink it in the same turn?
Oh yeah, sure. Why the hell not?
In that case, I will heal for 6 points of damage. Does that go just straight to current life points?
Yeah, go straight to current life points, and it brings you above the pain levels thresholds. You lose this pain.
Still at 2 pain.
All right. You see Belima scrambling out, barely alive, out of there, Italian. But you are far away. You just reached the, the guards' quarters, and one of them is already opening the door. And what is this noise? Explain yourself. So you have like a very short sentence to explain yourself. Italian.
Sorry, I couldn't find the damn mute button. So I say, listen, there's some really bad people down here. They've got enough black powder to burn down this entire district. You got to come down here quick.
You mean burglars?
No. They're
Come on, guys. We've got a job to do. And he grabs a weapon and runs out. And you hear 2 more guys from inside are basically equipping their weapons. They were half asleep as well.
And as I know it's going to take us another round or 2 to get back there. I'll explain to them that, there's a knight of Rondra there who's trying to make an arrest, but these people are fighting, putting up a fight, and just so they understand that there's some people there who are working for the Baron.
Gotcha. All right, Gonzalo.
Am I right that I can't use treat soul during a fight, right?
Well, how many actions does it? Oh no, you mean the skill?
Yeah.
Treat soul? Not really. I mean, treat soul would take away things more like stupor, whereas treat wounds would take away pain.
Oh, oops. Okay. Yeah.
But it's really not like a combat thing. I mean,
Yeah,
I see a treat soul as like putting bandages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like magical healing.
Is Belima still in sight?
Oh yeah, she
Could I just rush after? Okay.
She wouldn't be like she's like right behind Thalia or anything though. She's probably just now reaching where you guys were that are out on doing the range thing.
Okay.
They're a couple of rounds behind me.
Yeah.
Because I can't really do anything.
Basically, she's fleeing the front lines where she was just at.
Okay, if he has to rush after you, he does, and he's like shouting a prayer after you. And tries to touch your shoulder.
If you started like shouting boron lithagies and stuff at me, I would probably run straight to you.
Okay. And he does that, and you get at least 1 life point back. That's not really much, but better than nothing.
It is.
And yeah. We're not very successful. God. Yeah, that's my turn, I guess.
Yeah, combat is pretty brutal on Dark Side. It hasn't
Yeah.
changed the 5th edition or the 3rd edition. It's like
And you wanted me to charge in there with my quarterstaff.
I told you we should have just burned it from far and shot anybody that came running out.
when I
of burning
played a
the book.
wizard, I would fight with my quarterstaff. I mean, it has happened, but although it is quite dangerous because you don't have any armor and shit. So if you fail a parry or a dodge, then yeah.
Night night.
Okay, Arion.
Can I fire another shot, or is that
Oh,
getting
sure.
too hard?
Sure. This guy is not within your position yet, so
Okay. And that's another success.
he's probably not gonna dodge. No.
Oh, 9 points of damage.
Ooh, -4. All right. This guy seems to be hurt, and he's kind of looking weirdly left and right. You get a sense that he is actually looking for his the other two persons in the colorful clothing. You look around as well, and you don't actually see them now. They are not in sight. But this guy, you already see some blood coming out of his armor where you shot him 3 times already. So what he does now, of course, he's now within basically coming up to you and try to slash at you. So are you going to try to fall back or something, or are you going to stay next to the rope where you think you can climb back up?
Yeah, I'll go for the rope.
So you stay at the rope where the rope is, where he can
Yeah.
attack you, or you can gonna fall back.
I'll take the chance and
Let's take the chance. All right, so let's deal with that first. This guy will finally reach you. Although hurt, he will try to slice you in half with his huge ass sword, and he will totally miss you. And that was thankfully for the 2 levels of pain that you caused him already. So yeah, this guy is hurt and really not too much into combat condition. The other 2, though, down at Rondrian, are still pretty
Okay.
capable of fighting. They actually 2 of them hit, so both of them hit.
Yeah. Can I parry both, right? Or
You
attempt?
can
I mean,
try to parry the
attempt.
first one, and at -3 the second one.
Okay, the first one, here goes. Wow, I rolled a 1. It's a critical hit.
Cool, that's critical defense. You'll be given attack of opportunity towards the guy.
Okay, I'll do that. So right away, right? Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
-4.
-1. Okay.
At -4, all opportunity attacks are at -4.
Ah, crap. I would have done it, but I rolled a 12 and I have a 12. But you said -4.
-4, yep, all the opportunity attacks.
Okay, well then I failed. Then I'll try to dodge to parry the other one, which is going to be 5 or under. But oh well. Oh wow, another 1.
All right, you can
I'm
try.
not kidding. Wow.
Riposte. You can try and hit this guy too.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll try that.
Did you borrow
17.
Marcus's dice or something?
Yeah, probably. And I rolled a 17. I will use up a fate point to re-roll that attack.
Okay.
11. I guess that's with -4, which is like 8 and under, right? So no go. Yep, I miss.
All right, so you see these heavily armored guys basically stabbing each other and parrying and shit back and forth with no actual hit being scored. But to you sounds like awesome swordsmanship. I would need to take a 2-minute break.
I need more coffee anyway.
Okay.
So
Right
I'll
back.
be right back, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I did not go in there and get into that fight.
I tried to talk him out of it.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to go badly. But
Yeah, it is what it is.
I thought about setting the place on fire anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's too many cards in there.
I was expecting you to slit some throats while you were invisible in there.
That was
I'm
not a
kind of
good
new
idea.
to the dark eye, and I noticed just how often we fail things. I didn't want to put myself in positions to fail.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm kind of new to it too, so I didn't.
It doesn't seem. It doesn't seem that with a dagger I can do enough damage to hit point kill somebody. I don't
Okay,
know exactly how the mechanic works. If I were slicing sleeping people's throats.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like a coup de grace mechanic or not, you know?
Yeah, I haven't read that yet.
Excuse me.
It's kind of hard to combat though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple of times we've joked, or my guys teased Ian's character because he's failed more spell castings than he's actually casted.
Which is not
Or
true, by
successfully.
the way, anymore. It was true for like a session, but
Yeah.
like the first session or something, or second, but yeah. But yeah, it's still a long running joke.
Long running joke. Oh, another caster, one that can actually cast?
My problem is I have shit for arcane energy left. I only had 8 magic points left at the beginning of the session, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing.
yeah. Well, I spent a lot in the last session.
You don't
So,
regain them easily because I'm kind of spending them.
Every time you rest for 6 hours, you get to roll a d6 for recovery. And so we had 12 hours of rest here while you were off doing your scouting and stuff. So I rolled 8 points back. So I have 16 total right now, which is like 1 good spell or maybe 2 mediocre spells.
Hey, what's up?
That's why I was
Well-
asking about Micah's thing with the sleep. She had to cast that 4 times to put one guy to sleep. I just think, man, I don't know if it's worth spending that much magic points to do, you know?
Something when we level up at some point that'll
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure, but
2 levels
If we
per
can-
casting or something.
If
I
we
don't
can
know.
buy, if you could buy some magic potions, astral energy potions, that would be useful. I mean, they're not exactly cheap. I think they always
Right.
change it with every edition,
I
but you
thought
can
about
also,
making some potions at some point, but we haven't had a chance to do anything like that.
Yeah.
So
if you got some alchemy skill, it's just with a healing potion is easier to make, it's cheaper. The ingredients for the magic potion, I know at least there's one ingredient, not the Dornblätter, something like that. An ingredient that is only that they can only have at one. There's one lake in all of Aventuria where you can have it. That makes it pretty expensive.
Okay.
And I think they added that later on because in order to like at
I've
least in
got
the go ahead, yeah.
4 points in alchemy at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't spend anything on alchemy or something because I'm more. Yeah, elves are more like natural spellcasters, apparently.
Yeah, elves have some interesting spells. Like I always like the Acceleratus, which gives you like more. You can move more. So like and the Fulminatus Donarchai, and then there's also one which is like a blinding spell. Although it doesn't physically create a light, I think it only blinds it. It's almost like a psionical spell. Like it's only blinds them in the mind, so to speak. There's some cool spells out there. It's mostly like, you know, you can also find them in D&D or other systems. I just always like the names for them.
Yeah, well, I remember them from like the first edition when you had to say these rhymes to cast.
Yes. Oh man, it's so hard for me to not say them always. Like the Visibili Vanita, Zauber macht mich unsichtbar.
You
or
do. You do say
I know.
them.
You say them when other people cast spells.
That's why I need to play a spellcaster. I'm sorry, guys, but this is very nostalgic for me. This is the
I
first
would-
RPG
I would have
We're
to
just
say them in
amused.
Dutch, so I don't think anyone's going to understand.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna
I know.
sound like some weird arcane language to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
It kind of
going to be
works
like
though. Then
Bambaladik, Bambaladen. No, Bambaladen, Bambaladik, je vriend ben ik.
oh,
Vriend ben ik.
that's not
Ik
German.
versta je
But
wel.
is that like Swedish or something?
Yes, it's
No.
totally Swedish.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. I'm not from Helton or anything.
I didn't know there was a Swedish version of the game. That's cool though, because I know the German version is the
No,
Bambala.
it's Dutch. It's Dutch.
It was Dutch.
Oh, Dutch. Sorry. Okay. Damn it. I knew it was either. I knew it was a Scandinavian language, and I know also a couple of Dutch people. So.
Oh, come on. How did you
What?
call the Netherlands? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, we're not really Scandinavian either, so.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
When I was studying that, they were asking me, how is it up there in Scandinavia? I was like, what? Dude, come on. Relax. Is everyone back though?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you ready for some fireworks and the actual cool part of actually assaulting the warehouse?
Didn't
Yeah.
we do that already? Or try to?
Is the warehouse not gonna attack us? I didn't know they have mimics in the dark. I know they might have something like that. I don't
You are
remember.
about to find out.
No, geesh.
Okay.
So after the big Naginata wielding guys kind of attacked you, they suddenly look towards the inside of the warehouse. The two Oriental types with the fancy clothes that had disappeared since the beginning of the battle. You now suddenly see them and you realize what the hell they were doing. One of them is holding this kind of a bamboo hollowed out stick. And he is holding it towards the elf. And he ignites one of the ends, the end that is closest to him. And you, elf, see a flash from the other side and you hear a pfft, and you're gonna give me a dodge at -4.
Okay.
Oh, it's an arquebus. Nice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to explain it as a bamboo stick or something because
Nice,
these
nice.
things do
Yeah,
not
yeah.
exist in your world
Sorry.
so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. Very primitive, kind of a fire weapon, firearm.
Yeah, that's a fail.
That's a fail. All right. A piece of lead hits your flesh for 11 points of damage. But that is really not a problem. You do see the other guy. The other guy is holding a torch. And this torch is already well lit and it's like really giving off a lot of flames and everything. And you see him approach one of the crates. And he shouts something like Karanigai Gichi Wa, and basically what he does is he throws this huge ass torch that he's wielding into the crate right in front of him. To you, it seems as if he just said some sort of last prayer to someone, because what you see is this huge ass crate, which is about maybe 10 meters, 10 yards away from the elf, and about 20 yards away from the rest of you. It kind of you hear a little bit of and then it explodes.
Fuck.
and fire and brimstone and pieces of the actual crates. They just fly all around. And this fire, of course, kind of starts spreading. And you see there are a lot of other similar crates around this one. Rondrian.
Okay, then, so do I get any damage from the explosion?
No.
Okay,
This one
well,
was
I'm
a bit
shocked,
too
of
far for
course,
that.
but I don't have a choice right now. I will continue fighting, so I'll attack the samurai guy again, so.
All right.
And I rolled a 12, so it just barely hit.
And he rolled a 4, so he skillfully denies your hit. Ching.
Yep. Nice.
I'm
Okay.
rolling well tonight. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
I had 2 1s, so I wished I had it for an attack.
All right. Lima, right outside, you hear this huge thundering sound that you didn't see the whole situation, so you have no idea what the hell is going on. But you can only imagine that something really bad is happening.
I sheathed my dagger and quick draw out a ninja star, and from about 15 feet away towards the outside, turn, and if I can see either of the samurai that are fighting Ronda.
You can try an attack from that range at the -1.
Okay, that's what I will do. Actually, how long does it take me to apply a poison?
That will take you at least an action.
So I quick draw out a ninja star, and I pull out a vial of something black and tarry. I start coating it. I use my action to coat one of these throwing stars with my Ajax poison.
All right.
Ajax poison.
Arax. All right. Gotcha.
Arax, yeah.
Stallion, you just heard this explosion. It was quite audible, but it was inside the warehouse, so you don't have any visuals from it.
Oh shit! And how far away are we now?
Well, it took you 2 turns to get there, so it's gonna take you this and another turn to go back to the warehouse.
I say, well, I mean, I'm telling the guards the story that, you know, my friends were hired by the Baron, and we found this warehouse where they're storing this illegal weapon, essentially, and there's enough of it there to burn down the whole district. And when the explosion goes off, I'm like, that's not a good sign. You guys might want to hurry.
And the guys are following you. The other 2 already out of their barracks and trying to get as quick as possible. One guy is running with you. He's kind of, a little bit scared at this point. He wasn't expecting anything like that. And he whispers to you, "Is that Drug Dragon?"
What? Drug dragon?
Oh, yeah, he heard the explosion, so he's like, "Is that a dragon?"
Oh, is that a dragon? I thought you said, is that drug dragon? Sorry. No, it's probably worse.
Shit. And in that case, he decides to at least wait for his comrades. Because, they're not that brave. I mean, they're not that well paid to just rush into danger like that on their own. All right, Gonzalo.
Slowing down his run.
Yeah,
Gonzalo,
well done.
You are a few yards away from the entrance, and you probably do have some visual from the explosion inside.
Was there anyone outside of those guys?
Oh, no. The
Great.
2 huge-ass samurai are still inside fighting Roger.
Is it possible to kind of sneak up to one of them from behind and just smack them with my mace?
Sure.
No, with my
They are
raven
within-
speak.
They're within
Yeah.
your movement range, so
Yeah. Okay. let's do that. Oh God. What do I roll here again for an attack? Wow, I
With
didn't
the
attack for
weapons,
like forever. There. All right. Okay. Okay. So I have a 12 on attack, so I have to roll under it, right?
mhm.
Okay, I didn't. Good. I rolled a 13.
If you still have fate points,
Oh, right.
you can try
Okay, let's
again.
try that. Come on. Yeah, that's better. Okay, a 4.
All right.
So,
These guys have not yet parried this round, so he's gonna try and parry. And this time I miss. So yeah, you connect with the back of his head.
yes, 8 damage.
Ooh, all right.
Boom! Like he's swinging with all of his might, hair flying.
And the back of his helm is now ringing. Like, ding.
Good.
Okay. Now, Aurion, your whole situation is now kind of not that simple anymore. you saw those things explode like 8 yards away from you, and you do realize that these flames will kind of soon spread, and the next explosion can be quite closer to you than that. What do you do?
Well, I'm still in combat, right?
Yes, this really hurt guy is next to you.
Yeah, and this really hurt guy is well, I'm also this really hurt guy.
Oh yeah.
Can I get out of combat somehow?
Yep. There is a body control check.
Okay, I'm going for that because I need to run from there.
Oh, sorry, it's at -1 because of one of you have one enemy next to you.
Okay, that's not a problem.
And if you have any levels of pain, they're also the same amount of minus to your check.
So that's a -3.
Also, it's still not a problem.
No, I still have quality level 2.
Ooh, you are very shifty. Typical elves with their agility and stuff. All right, you do manage to back away without getting hit. So what do you want to do?
Well, in my next round, I'm going to make a run for it.
No, sorry. This was not an action. This was not like you moving your using a movement or anything. This is just to determine whether they try to slash you as you you leave their reach. From there, you still have your turn.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
First, I'm going to run, and then try and have a shot from my new position, a bit safer.
So which direction you choose? Basically, do you choose the direction towards the exit, or do you want to go deeper inside the warehouse?
I think I'm going for the exit.
All right. Well, that will get you away from this guy who's trying to hit you last, but it will get you closer to the last 2 samurai who are standing there and fighting Romjan. All right, go ahead. Give it a shot for this guy who is almost there.
Oh yeah, right, 1D. Okay, that's a success.
And that's a fail on his side to dodge.
And 8 points of damage.
Okay. Nice. I mean, you almost finish him. But what finishes him is next to this crate, there were at least 5 around it. Now, this guy who just doused his, doused, maybe not the correct word, who just inserted his torch inside the crate, he basically got vaporized on the spot. But now 5 of the crates who are around, they just caught on fire, and they explode as well. That vaporizes the other two guys. The second guy in weird Oriental clothing, and the guy you just shot.
Cool.
They kind of catch on fire, and shrapnels from the crates kind of hit him in the back. He's not really entirely vaporized and into pieces, but he falls on the ground, and half his body's charred. And at the back of his neck, you see like a huge piece of wood who just went in and from the other side protruded out. These guys are definitely out, but now you see the fire spreading even quicker than before. And it's Rondrian's turn. The other two guys, though, next to him, sorry, it's not your turn yet, Rondrian. The other two guys, seeing what the hell is happening at the back, they start shouting something, looking towards the sky. And what they do is they take their huge ass swords and they turn them around and they plunge them inside of their own bellies.
Good.
Oh wow! I just see like
And they're
Why
right
did-
next to you on both sides.
yeah. I just look at them and like, why did they do that? They would rather die than be captured. And I'm kind of in like a shock kind of thing. So.
Oh, Well, I'm not there. I won't say anything.
And it's your turn, Roger.
Well, everybody is dead now. All the enemies, right?
Yeah, and there's a huge ass wall of fire coming, spreading
Yeah,
towards you.
I'll be running. I'll sheath my sword and I'll be running away from the fire. I'll actually be trying to. Let me see here. If I can, I don't know if I can. I don't think I can, but do like a rain or something. You never know.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not like laughing at you. I'm just, being happy about it that you're like looking through your spells right now. Sorry, prayers right now. See if anything makes rain.
It's a holy spell. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can create a small fire with the 12 things, but I don't think I can create rain.
Don't
I don't think
add to it.
No. Well, okay, then I'll just find something more practical. I'll actually try to what I'll try to do is I'll try to figure out a way to get some water there, to stop it
All right.
somewhere, to douse it in some way.
So let's say you run out and start shouting that bring water right away.
Yeah,
or
bring
something.
water. Like if they have some kind of firemen or something, like even I think at medieval times they had something like that, maybe.
Yeah, like at least
Yeah.
I don't know, buckets and rows of people. Something
Yeah.
like
So I try to get people and organize, and I'll try to find a water source from the sea and everything. Try
All
to
right,
organize the whole thing.
We are now out of initiative, but there's only one uncertain thing. The elf is kind of inside.
Oh, okay.
Kind
Then
of inside.
I'll run in to try to get the elf then.
Well,
Get Therion.
I can still run myself, but
So
I'm running out as fast as I can.
the elf is going to run as fast as he can, and he's going to give me a body control check to do like a last minute jump out of the warehouse before it all blows up.
Okay.
The only penalties you have is from your pain. And remember your fate points.
Yeah, I'm using a fate point because 18, 19, and 10
Ooh, Jesus.
I'm going to. Okay, I'm re-rolling 2 with 1 fate point. 13 and 5, and my agility is 15, so that's a success.
Nice. So you do the last moment jumping out of the building before it blows up because the fire exponentially just spread. And now
With
you
a quality
realize,
level of 2, I even do it gracefully.
yeah, you roll like a action movie star from a third-rate action movie or something. And yeah, now that gives off the idea that the whole warehouse, all the crates, the big ones, the little ones, and everything, was probably full of that black powder stuff. Outside, of course, you feel the wave of the whole explosion, and the actual guards, they of course stop right at the mid, and now instead of running towards, they start running towards the other warehouses and try to find all the buckets they can. As the night progresses, actually it's already a little bit purplish around the horizon. Dawn is about to come soon. Everyone wakes up earlier than they want to from their sleep, and everyone gets towards trying to save the harbor. By sunrise, in about an hour and a half, the last of the actual dangerous fires are finally doused off, and in the end, about 1/3 of the actual harbor has burned out and is destroyed. You probably assisted and helped, and because just like a medieval town, everyone starts helping with the fire, because if you don't stop the fire, eventually the whole town can burn.
Yeah, I definitely helped with getting people, and also myself carrying buckets and doing the line with the buckets and everything. So
Yeah.
I supervise as much as I can.
well, you were like
Injured.
heavily wounded, so I'm not
Yeah.
expecting anyone else to do it.
But,
Like
I
yeah.
definitely chide Rodran, saying, "See, we should have just started with the fire. Then nobody would have gotten hurt."
I'm not. I don't have time to listen to him, or I just like continue and like. Don't even mention fire right now.
And about the end of the second hour, you just managed to douse off the fire and extinguish the most important parts. And you're probably coughing from all of that smoke and everything, just like everyone else. And half of you is like in this grayish hue and color yourselves from the fumes. You turn around and someone is like coughing next to you guys, but he's not like coughing from the smoke itself. He's like coughing to get your attention. You turn around and you see Lord Victor surrounded by half a dozen guards, and he looks towards you. You are weary. You are sitting and trying to catch your breath, tired from trying to extinguishing the fire. He looks at you and he doesn't look happy.
My lord, you said step up.
He points his index finger towards his lips in a sign to just shut up, and makes a gesture for you to follow him immediately.
I do so.
Well, of course we join. I joined.
Anyone try to resist or anything?
I follow the
Oh,
law. I
He
respect.
wants all of us, does he?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Was that
he wants
I
all of
tried to
you.
resist?
What? No. I follow the law.
I look at Belima.
She's too hurt to resist.
All right, I'll go too then.
It was a mistake. Everything will be fine, or we will end up with boron. Don't fear.
What caused the fire anyway? Who blew it up?
It
Well,
was
not us.
We didn't do it. It was. We can
I thought
explain.
we weren't going to do that.
We can explain.
Lord,
We have nothing
Lord-
to worry about.
Lord
Justice is on our
doesn't
side.
say-
Exactly.
Doesn't say a word. Two of the guards are standing next to both his sides, and the rest of the four of them, you do realize they're kind of rounding you up. And each time along the way, any of you tries to speak, they just tell you to shut up and not say a word before you reach the castle. Once you're inside the castle, you're not being led into the audience hall or anything. There is a small staircase that starts leading downwards right at the entrance. And down there are even more soldiers. And at the back of the place, you see a little iron bars. Does look like a jail to you.
And I'm like, now wait a second here.
No,
we have
you're not led into the jail. You are led into the, let's say, the entrance hall towards the jail.
Okay.
You are being asked to sit down at the table, and now the Lord finally says, all right, who's going to tell me why, how, he says, half of my harbor is burned down, and who's going to pay for this?
Rondrian will tell you.
It
was his idea.
And I look at him sternly and like, we investigated as you said, and it turned out these Marascani spies were about to use their wicked weapon at us. They even used it in some form to. It was almost like some sort of pipe thing. They used it almost like in the way of a crossbow, and shooting out some kind of projectile. We don't know. We were. Our intent was to fight them and to arrest them and confiscate the weapons. But somebody of them must have ignited the explosive for some reason. They must have been. It wasn't our intent to. It was our intent to capture them and to secure this powder of some sort. So it's dragon powder.
I show
Is
him
that
the
true,
bullet
Elf?
hole in my chest, and I say, "This was only the start. This weapon you sent us to find information about it. What we've seen was only the beginning. We have to go further with our investigation, not stop us now just because of one little building."
It was an accident, and we apologize, but we didn't know the destructive capability of this dragonfire. We know it was combustible, but not on this level, and it wasn't us who did that. We didn't even use it.
What are we apologizing for anyway?
Yeah,
it was not an accident. They did it on purpose.
They could have used this to make some sort of. They could have used it and plant this powder under other buildings with civilians, or even under the castle. And I'm thinking that was their plan all along. So I think we are in justice here. Although it is unfortunate what happened, but you cannot predict all these things. And then the two last. What? Yeah.
You see the Lord making a sign for you to shut it. Quite, respectfully, but still. He says, okay, one moment, please, my dear Rodrian. Turns around and says, I see we have a priest of Boron here. I almost wished you were one. Please do not get me wrong. You are not here on trial or anything. I just want to understand what happened. He turns over to Thalion and says, what do you think happened here, young mage?
Well, obviously they're storing and they're shipping this illegal weapon through your city. What the purpose is, why they had so much of it, we don't know yet. But I bet you, seeing as the Morascani were there, it has something to do with the what's the name of it? The black
The Black League.
The Black League.
So you mean to tell me that you discovered that the Marascani have some very dangerous weapon inside my city, and without asking me for some assistance, which I specifically mentioned that I can provide, you decided to go on your own with this volatile weaponry in my midst? And this is the result. Am I getting this correctly?
Well, it's pretty close.
No, sir.
I must
No, sir, you're
interject.
not getting this correctly at all. You're forgetting the key point that the Moroskins blew up your harbor.
The thing is that, if I may speak, that
Yes, please.
the thing is that we stopped them from we thought, we checked out how many of them there were. We knew they were up to no good, so we attempted to arrest them. We didn't ignite the powder. I don't see what more
I
soldiers.
didn't try to arrest them.
Now,
Well, yes.
imagine
The
this
last
was
two
like
warriors were so hell-bent on not giving up any secrets, they actually committed suicide. I don't know much about this Marascani culture, but I do know that, because that wasn't my intent to kill them. I wanted to have at least one person or multiple that we could interrogate. But somebody must have ignited the powder.
My dear Rodrian, I do appreciate your religion and the way you're doing things, but I think I may have made mistake myself for choosing you for these tasks. You are way too straightforward and way too open in the ways of intrigue, if I can say it so. But just give it a moment and think about it. If you are outside and far away from your homeland and you are plotting something and you hold a huge destructive weapon in your midst and you are being attacked with the very good possibility of being overtaken and captured, wouldn't you rather destroy it along with all the evidence and half my harbor?
Well, and I'm a bit defensive now. Well, what would have you done? Like if you are so bold and so mighty, you can question the teachings of Rondra yourself.
You could have investigated how many people are there and if they are indeed the people responsible, and you could have sent for someone for me to arrest them in broad daylight without that much distraction.
Don't you think they would have activated ignited the explosives even then if you tried to arrest them? What's the difference?
Maybe during the day we could have, made a false pretense.
Governor, I'm sorry, but I cannot accept this kind of thing. We tried by the way of Rondra, and we did stop it. It wasn't ideal, I agree with you, but we did stop the plot, at least so far. It wasn't ideal, and I apologize for what happened. But it doesn't really matter because we don't know what would have happened. We investigated as you told us. I don't see what more guards that are not as well trained would have made a difference. We had the situation. The fight was in our side. Yes, we had some wounded, but we could have taken them. And but they decided to flip the game board, so to speak, just before they lost the chessboard.
Maybe even more would have gone into Baron's arms. Would you send help?
Imagine
with
if
all respect.
Imagine if we wait and wait for them. Maybe this is exactly the point where they plant this powder everywhere, these kegs everywhere, and then they ignite it. You maybe arrest them, but then they ignite it somewhere else. We had an opportunity, we took it. It's not ideal. I'm not saying there might have been not a better way, and I apologize for that. But I will not apologize for going after the way of Rondra. and that you question Rondra
Whoosh. He
is
says,
something very. I won't shush. I'm a servant of Rondra, and that is even the gods are above the kings and queens and barons, and I'm sick and tired of you
Oh,
meddling.
bye.
Gonzalo
Facts.
walks up next to Rondrian and just pushes him to the side. Oh, you shut up now.
now, I understand you, valiant knight, and I have no other evidence against it, so I'm bound to believe you. Now, think about it very hard. Is there any other conspirators at this point in my town that I have to go after right away?
The assassin's house.
Yes.
He turns around. So you mean to tell me there was someone else?
Well, yes, the people in the warehouse were connected with these other people at this house in the suburbs.
All right, I will send my guards right away. And
Be wary with that one.
I do hope they'll
Very
still be there,
dangerous.
because I suppose everyone heard the explosions.
Be very wary with the one in the basement. That's all I can tell you. Quite a dangerous man.
In the meantime, he goes for you see three very well, not old, but maybe in their 60s or sorry, in their 50s or something, ladies who are dressed in white, and they are obviously healers, and they come about and they will tender your injuries. And he suggests that you keep a low profile and at least stay a night in his dungeon to recover, and his best healers will take care of you. And as soon as he has any information
A
about
night
this
in his dungeon?
house, yes,
You don't have more appropriate places for guests?
this dungeon is the only place that outsiders will not allow to come in. If anyone decides if there are any more plotting around Mind City, they will be, of course, free to walk around the upper levels of my castle, and some of them, of course.
We could
They
go
may
to
still
the.
sue you, but if you want to use them, that's okay.
We could go to the Temple of Rondra. That one is a fortress by itself.
All right, whatever you decide. If you want to, you can go on your own. I won't be sending my healers along with you.
I'll stay here where the healers are. Just clarifying that this is a voluntary stay in a dungeon, that I can leave when I want to. That's all.
Of course,
say
I'm not
kind of
holding you
kind of
responsible
leave.
for this. I just want to get down to the bottom of it, and I want to keep you safe. That's my
Fine,
prerogative at the
then we
moment.
will stay here. At
Good.
least I shall stay here too with the others. We need to stay together now.
And I hope for everyone's sake that we can find the assassin before he leaves town or finds his other accomplices, if there are any.
I will describe to the best of my abilities the what he looked like and what the guards and the kid and whatnot look like of the conspirators.
And they will rush out. Four of the personal guard of the Lord will rush away, and that will be it for tonight.
Cool.
Nice.
Perfect. We destroyed even more.
Blew up half
God,
the
we're
harbor.
terrible.
We didn't, though.
we didn't. That's why we
Kinda.
didn't.
We're still alive.
Although I do get a
That's
good
true.
kick out of the fact
Mostly.
that I get a kick out of the fact that Rondrian's plan to do minimal destruction ended up destroying like a third of the town.
Of course, it's Rondian's plan. that
Should
is
have
the
gone with the
problem.
fire from the onset.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's much better.
Nice.
Well, that's the problem when you play like a paladin light type character. That's very
Yeah.
straight arrow. I mean, not necessarily, but you know, if you go with a classic style paladin.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to. Oh, I have to click this button now. All right, I'm going to stop the broadcast now.
Don't
So
close the window
no.
like
I won't.
other people.
Yeah.